What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. Tonight we are going to go over the offense. We're going to preview it a little bit heading into training camp. Next week we'll do defense and special teams. All right. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over some betting odds because y'all are going to be interested to hear the betting odds between the Patriots and the Dolphins right now. Bleacher Report put out an article a few days ago ranking the top 5 corner tandems or duos in the NFL. We're going to talk about that. I got a nice chart that's going to show you how effective Tua Tagovailoa really is from clean pockets. We'll go over that. And then the homie Jeremy Clump, he dropped an article basically, confirming what I've been telling all of y'all for quite some time now, a couple weeks, that the new playbook is complicated and confusing. Some players are reporting. We'll go over that, and we'll talk about the joint practice that the Miami Dolphins, well, they didn't announce it today, but it has been announced just through, social media. So we'll go over that too. But I hope everyone had a good Monday night. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I know it sucks when we hit Monday after that, that Monday creeps up real quick on you when you're having a good weekend. Hope everyone out there is doing well. We're also going to take a look. I got some footage we'll look at of Jalen Waddle. So we'll dive into that. It's not long. It's like 10 seconds. So we'll look at that too. Again, I hope everyone is having a good Monday, as good as it can be. You know what I mean? I see everyone's talking. My, how Florida Panther fans are all of a sudden Tampa Bay Lightning fans, huh? Man, I told y'all. I said it from the get-go. I said it from the rip. I'll keep saying it. Tampa Bay is winning the Stanley Cup. And guys, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. The Montreal Canadiens are not the best team. They had a pretty easy road on their way to the Stanley Cup. So, I wouldn't, I think this could be done in easily is going to be done in 4 or 5 games. I don't think the Montreal Canadiens are going to put up that big of a fight. The only thing that can keep them in this series is their goaltender, Carey Price. That's it. If it ain't for Carey Price, it's over. Drake Huggins, what up, Reason? Let's go Suns. Devin Book. I wanted that series to be better, man. It just sucks Kawhi's out. Wanted that series to be better, but it is what it is, man. I feel bad for Trey Young, man. I really do feel bad for Trey Young. Jameson says Vegas was a good team, but if you actually know the history of Marc-Andre Fleury against the Montreal Canadiens, it's not good. You have to actually go back and look at the history of Marc-Andre Fleury against the Montreal Canadiens. As a Penguin mainly, he struggled every time we faced the Montreal Canadiens, and Robin Lehner only got 2 games in that series. He lost 1 and he won 1. So, Marc-Andre Fleury lost in that series. So that's why it was an easy. If you actually look at it in the history of Marc-Andre Fleury, that was not a good matchup for the Vegas Knights to go against them. It's just they're in his head. I don't know why they've always been in his head. All right, so let's get into everything. Let's get into everything here. Let's start bringing this up. Let's hop into the betting odds. We'll get this out of the way because I found this interesting because man, even Vegas got us down and out. So at the Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots right now, the Miami's plus 110, and by the spread, we're underdogs. New England's favored by 2.5. And then you go into here. Like early sharp money is strongly backing Bill Belichick and the Patriots at the betting counters as small home favorites. The Patriots were major players in free agency in the offseason, making major improvements on both sides of the ball. That has bettors believing Belichick will not allow a second straight losing season in Foxborough under his watch. The Dolphins will be a tough task in week 1 as they perhaps have one of the best young teams in the AFC led by Tua Tagovailoa. Miami won 10 games last season and could witness sharp action as the season gets closer if New England tabs rookie Mac Jones over veteran Cam Newton. And it basically goes on to say New England -2 is currently the third most wagered side of week 1 in their AFC matchup with the Miami Dolphins. So that means that's the third highest waged matchup so far heading into week 1 is people siding with New England. Kind of crazy, man. Look at 69% of the tickets and 70% of the money from Twin Spires is on New England. 52% of tickets and 55% of the money is on New England. So, I mean, damn. You know, Vegas and the bettors are counting us out. And what's crazy is after the last stream, me ball game and EM, along with Pyro, we sat back and we were going over, you know, the defensive roster for the New England Patriots. And I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to be very hard to run the ball against that defense this year. It's going to be, personally, I bet every week on football out here. We have in Canada, we got Pro Line and stuff, and I play the spreads. I never touch Dolphins games. I have one rule only. Never bet on your favorite team. If you lose because you bet on your favorite team, it's going to piss you off royally. Secondly, bias can come in the way when you start betting with your favorite team involved. So I never bet on the Dolphins. That's just like my one rule. But you know, honestly, if I was betting on both teams, like if I was betting on the game, that is a hard game to bet against, because here's what people need to realize: that New England Patriots defense in week 1 is going to be very, very hard to run the ball against. I'm telling you right now, be ready for it. That game might be on Tua to win. And I don't know if you guys saw the report today. Let me see if I can bring it up, actually. I don't know if you guys saw the report today, but apparently Cam Newton and Mac Jones have a legit camp battle going on. Let me see here. All right, here we go. Let me bring it up. This is the fan-sided site. These are the reports that they're all over social media and stuff today. Just wanted to show you guys. I actually had no intention of showing you, but let's show it. Guys, is Mac Jones legitimately battling for Cam Newton for the starting job? Apparently, you know, right here, look at WEEI. Mac Jones has earned a real competition with Cam Newton for the Patriots quarterback job. And this is from Albert Breer, guys, in the Monday morning sports column for Sports Illustrated today. Apparently, it's legit right now. And I mean, if anyone has seen the highlights, Cam Newton was missing guys wide open in the end zone. So I'm not surprised. And Duke, yeah, the reason why he's number 50 is Bill Belichick does that with rookies. He gives them random numbers that are totally like not even what they want. It's just this whole keep your mind off the number, keep focused on just earning your spot type of thing. So, and John, no, Mac Jones is not better than Tua. He's not even in the same stratosphere. So if this is hilarious, if I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Mac Jones wins this starting job, those betting lines we just looked at, boys, girls, those are gonna flip. There's no way they will be favorited with Mac Jones. It's basically because here's the thing. Let me ask you all the question. Who do you trust if the running games get taken away? Because we will know if Mac Jones is starting, they're going to lean heavy on the run. I think they'll lean heavily on the run, even if Cam Newton's in there anyways. But that's going to be even more blatantly obvious. You stuff that run and you put the ball in Mac Jones' hands to beat that our defense in week 1, good luck to Mac Jones. His best receivers will be in our secondary, okay? And I believe Tua already proved last year he can beat Bill Belichick when he takes things away. So we'll see how that rolls, man. But that's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds this year, man. So going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, that's where it stands right now. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, if you guys have seen the highlights out of New England training camp, they were doing red zone drills and end zone drills. Cam Newton was missing wide open guys in the back of the end zone. Mac Jones was hitting them. So we'll see how it rolls. Macaroni noodle arm Mac Jones. There you go. Not a fan, bro. Not a fan. And Melvin is, dude can throw for real. If Mac Jones could throw for real, why was it even at his pro day? Let alone the tape. You see it all over Jalen Waddle's tape. You see it all over Devontae Smith's tape. Why was it when he was in underwear in his pro day, receivers were having to hold up to catch footballs? Albeit one receiver held up so bad he tripped over his own feet to make the catch. Mac Jones don't even have a stronger arm than Tua Tagovailoa. That's a macaroni arm, man. Macaroni arm, baby. Yeah, like he's not hitting guys in stride over 40 yards. He just can't. So, all right, let's keep it rolling here, everyone. Let's get into Let's get into the next thing we're getting into is I wanted to show everyone Bleacher Report's latest article. And it's interesting. So this is the latest article from Bleacher Report. They ranked the top 5 cornerback tandems heading into the 2021 season. Guys, they put Xavier Howard and Byron Jones at number 5, a tandem that accumulated 12 interceptions between the two of them. Says Xavier Howard picked an opportune time to hold out for a new contract in 2020. Howard led the league in interceptions and pass breakups for his first All-Pro nod. According to Football Focus, he's recorded the most interceptions since 2018. Howard's ability to force turnovers at a high rate makes him an invaluable asset to the Miami Dolphins defense. He'll likely reset the cornerback martin on a new deal. Compared to recent years, Byron Jones had more lapses in coverage last season. Quarterbacks recorded a 108.0 passer rating when they target him. Jones gave up 17.6 yards per reception, significantly more than he did in 2018 and 2019. Despite Jones' struggles, he picked off multiple passes in the season for the first time in his career. The 28-year-old has room to grow in that area and show positive signs. Because of Howard's production and Jones' 2018 pro season, the Dolphins duo made the cut over William Jackson and Kendall Fuller, a promising tandem in the Washington football team secondary. And then at number 4, they have Kyle Fuller and Ronald Darby. Come on. The Kyle Fuller I get. Ronald Darby, he's not better than Byron Jones or X. At number 3, Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams. Now, Darius Williams had a really good season. It says right here, he recorded 4 interceptions, 14 pass breakups. And Ramsey is arguably the best guy in football right now at the position. Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson. An argument could be made. Gilmore got hurt. J.C. Jackson stepped up. And, he had a really good year last year. So, I don't know if I'd put him ahead of Ramsey and Darius Williams. And then their number 1, again, you could make the argument too. is Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters. I mean, they're freaking legit. So, I think at worst, our tandem should be fourth on this list. I don't know about five. I do think we're better than. See, here's my thing. Let's say X is number one, Fuller's number one for his team. I'm taking Byron over Ronald Darby. Ramsey is number one for their team, and Darius Williams is number two for their team. I'm taking Byron over Darius Williams because he's only done it once in his career. You know where I'm going here? Now, Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson's been legit since 2018. You could make the argument, and Stephon Gilmore's won Defensive Player of the Year. And Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, I mean, they are probably the best tandem in football. I mean, that's probably hard to argue for us, but they're legit. But, I don't think Byron Jones and X are that far behind Humphrey and Peters and Gilmore and Jackson if you're going to have them on there. I just don't. I think people need to realize, too, Byron Jones' targets went down compared to years before because his coverage was actually good. And that's something that Pro Football Focus and stats aren't going to show, is how tight his coverage was. I think at worst, we should actually be third. I think Jalen Ramsey is the best in the league, but I'm taking Byron Jones. I'll take Ramsey over X, but not by a lot, right? Like by that much. But then I'll take Byron Jones like that much over Darius Williams. You know what I mean? So I think I think third at worst, fourth if you want to stretch it. Yeah, like I don't think Kyle Fuller's better than X. I don't think Darby's better than X or Byron. Like, so it is what it is. Hey, Lewis says Ravens, Rams, and Fins. My thing with Darius is he's only done it for 1 year, really. And he took a significant leap to do that. You know what I mean? So I think we're third or fourth at worst. No way we're fifth. No way in God's green earth we're fifth right now. All right. So if you guys haven't heard yet, the Miami Dolphins have announced, well, they didn't announce, but it's been announced that the Miami Dolphins will be hosted by the Bears for a couple of joint practices before the preseason game on August 14th. They will be at Hallis Hall. The Bears' plans to practice with the Broncos last year were scrapped because of the pandemic. So it's going to be a good test. Not only do the Dolphins go on the road up to Chicago for those practices, but the other thing too is, Tua and our offense are going to see that defense early on before the game even happens. So it'll be interesting to see, even though it's a preseason game, how we game plan for them, how we perform in practice. You add in the Atlanta scrimmage we have. It's good. It's really, really good to see that the competition will be ramped up and the competition will be heated before we even get to some of these preseason games. So really nice to see. That's now two teams in the preseason that we face that will be either scrimmaging or practicing with. So it'll be good to see. It'll be good to see it, man. We'll get some, hopefully some of the credible South Floridian reporters can get down there and give us some good takes, And the other thing too to watch is when we're against Atlanta and when we're scrimmaging against Atlanta and we're practicing with the Bears, it'll be good to listen to what the Bears media says and what the Falcons media says, because they're unbiased against us, right? They don't got anything to gain. So it'll be interesting to see what they have to say about Tua, the offensive line, et cetera, et cetera. We got 201 people in the room. I got to plug this, and I'll plug it again later on. Tomorrow night, Jeremy Klump will be coming on the show. Unless an article comes out covering what we're going to cover, we're going to have breaking news and information regarding the Xavier Howard situation that was made privy to us on Sunday. So it's good. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to want to miss it. All right. Tomorrow night we'll be live around 8:30. It'll be me and Clump. We have got some X news that y'all are not going to want to miss out on, okay? It's going to be good stuff, and you're going to hear it. Unless an article drops tomorrow, this will be the only place you hear it. All right? So you guys are going to want to tune in and listen to what's good. Bleezy, I'm not going to tell you whether it's good news or bad news because that'll be giving it away. But hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell to turn on notifications so you know when we go live. This info came to us on Sunday. And we're like, yo, I actually wanted Clump. I was like, yo, can we drop this tomorrow night? He's like, yo, let's wait till Tuesday. So we're waiting till Tuesday and we'll drop it for y'all. You're gonna want to tune in, man. It's gonna be interesting. The only person that I've told so far privately is EM Dolphin fan, and yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes, man. But yeah, you guys are gonna want to tune in tomorrow night, 8:30. Me and Clump, we always have a good one when it's me and him. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you're gonna want to see this, man. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 8:30. Okay, guys. And we got some exclusive news on Xavier Howard, man. So, all right, let's keep it rolling. Let's get into some Tua talk. Before we get into, we'll preview the offense, and then I'll open it up to you guys, and we'll talk about everything. All right. So, Tua, guys, I want to show you this. On target throw rate and clean pockets. Okay, this was done by Underdog Fantasies, Hayden Winks. This was done using Sports Info Solutions data. So this is with no pressure, no play action, RPOs, or motion in the pocket only, guys. Tua Tagovailoa, guys. Look at it right here. Right there. You see him, okay? Tua Tagovailoa, we're like, I mean, just under an 85% on target throw rate. And the difference between him and guys like Ryan Tannehill and Joe Burrow and even Deshaun Watson is, look at this, guys. A deeper average depth of target than these guys. Look at Jared Goff. Look at, he's almost 90%, but his average depth of target is like 5.7 yards. Tua, right? He's at about what? If we do the math here, he's at about 83.5%, 84%, but his average depth of target is 8.5 yards. Only Dak Prescott and Matt Ryan were as accurate in the clean pocket with longer average depths of target. So when you hear all this, oh, Tua's check down Charlie, oh, Tua's check down Charlie, yo, no, not happening. If you give him a clean pocket, Tua's showing you right here that he's going to be accurate and he's going to throw the ball downfield. So it's absolute, it's absolute nonsense when people say, oh, he just checks down. Oh, he just checks down. This chart right here is showing you that's not correct. When you protect him, when you give him a clean pocket, he will push the ball. That's what this shows you. All right. So interesting stuff here. And I want to address something too. Me and we're gonna get into the story here. Let's get into the story and then I'll address everything. Because it's time I go in on some people. All right. So yeah, guys, this tells you right there. We get a clean pocket. It's rolling for Tua Tagovailoa. All right. Exactly, Jimmy. He's not check down Charlie. He's touchdown Tua. All you got to do is give him protection. All right. So let's get into this story, and I'm gonna go into on some people here. So if you didn't see, as I've reported multiple times, the issues with the playbook. I've been told privately that players are finding the new book complicated and confusing. I told all of you that, Tua Tagovailoa has been quizzed both on paperwork and whiteboard work, and he's passed with flying colors. Even he at the beginning found it a little tough and complicated, but apparently he's one of the Dolphins that is picking up the best. And, that's why, guys, why do you think you're seeing DVP struggle a little bit with drops, but Tua is pulling him to the side and coaching him up a bit? It's because Tua is one of the guys grasping this the best. He comes from a pro-style offense, and when you look at a guy like, and I'm just using DVP as an example, a guy like DVP comes from Louisville, where everything is super, super simplified. You know what I mean? So I was actually personally read 2 plays. I was read a passing play. And what I mean by when I was read was I was given the title of the plays. So I was read a sneak play, a quarterback sneak, and I was also read a passing play. And these plays are like the title of the plays. Okay, the play calls, they're 8 or 9 words long, people. A quarterback sneak that I got read was like 9 words long. All right. And, I've talked with Richmond about this, and he said, offensive lineman, we just got to listen to the last couple words and figure it out. We don't need to listen to all that. Richmond even joked. He's like, he only got, 30 seconds to call the play. I mean, how long can these names really be? So anyways, Jeremy Clump put it out. He said, the Miami Dolphins continue the trend of being in the headlines this offseason. The newest news we're talking about is a source close to the situation told me that the new Dolphins playbook is very in-depth and very confusing. They also said it's bothersome to those trying to learn it. And this was Clump's tweet. A source close to me to the situation told me that I know who the source is, by the way, people. The Miami Dolphins playbook is very in-depth and very confusing. It's also bothersome to learn. Now, this is the second time this offseason the Miami Dolphins playbook has become newsworthy. The first time was when starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa mentioned that he did not know the playbook as well as he could have. Tagovailoa's comments made headlines, but Dolphins fans should love this transparency. Reason from Phinside the NFL reported that the Dolphins have been giving Tua Tagovailoa quizzes, and he's been doing awesome with them. And this is my tweet. This is all, like I said, I retweeted what I tweeted out. I said, this is also what I've heard and said on Phinside the NFL also, which you guys have all know. I've talked about this before. To expand on it, I was told Tua Tagovailoa has been quizzed weekly with paperwork as well as whiteboard work, and Tua has passed with flying colors. That's exactly what I was told. He's one of the players who's picking it up best, I'm told. The same source confirmed to me, because we got the same source on this one, people. And, some people have heard me mention the source's name. Some people don't need to do a lot of homework to figure out who the source is. The same source confirmed to me that Tagovailoa is doing great with the new playbook. He retweeted me. He says, I was also told that Tua has done great with the playbook, despite how difficult it is for others. So if you're looking for a bright side outlook, positive spin zone, at least Tua's got it down. Before this information was said to me, I wrote the Dolphins co-offensive coordinator was the biggest concern for me with Miami this season. And while it may be only June 28th, this should cement even more concern about the offense. Center, and then he goes on, center Matt Skura will make or break Tua Tagovailoa's season. But if the play caller is horrible again, Tagovailoa's season will already be broken. So Miami has too much talent on offense to succeed. If there are issues in 2021, head coach Brian Flores may be in the market for his 5th offensive coordinator in 4 years. And this is where I'm going to go off on people a little bit here. here's the thing, guys. You are absolutely ignorant and naive if you think me and Clump don't know people. Okay? First of all, I've had one of the biggest insiders out there, Benjamin Albright, on the show, and I have a personal relationship with the guy. Okay? I have a personal relationship now with Tua Tagovailoa's trainer, and I had him up here. I've had players not drafted and legends up here. Okay? You are absolutely out of your mind if you think I don't get told things. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. Just because some of you are people roaming on Twitter and not doing anything but giving your subjective opinions and takes doesn't mean there aren't others who have used the app to cultivate relationships to gain sources. And it goes even beyond that. I have a source who, and some guys saw it backstage. Guys, I was handed the personal phone numbers of Jalen Waddle, Hunter Long, Javon Holland, Liam Eichenberg. I was even given some of their emails to see if they wanted to come up here. Now I hit up Javon Holland and I hit up Jalen Waddle. The problem was it was right before the rookie mini camp started, so they were on their way to Miami. And I got people up here who were backstage that saw this. They saw me. I showed them on my phone these people's numbers. I established people behind the scenes when I was at the Brawl Network. So, I mean, for people to, like, bro, I have, like, Richmond Webb on speed dial, man. So, for people to sit there and just automatically assume, oh, you don't have sources, you know, well, yes, I do. Am I an insider? Hell no. I will never claim to be an insider ever. Ever. But I still get told things. And things I'm allowed to tell you guys, I'll tell you. Things I'm not allowed to tell you guys publicly, I won't. That's how you keep them. See, that's what my other thing is. You know, people try to, oh, because you're not dropping the name, you must not have sources. No, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. That's how you keep the sources, by not putting them on blast and putting them out there. Shout out to Harriet Clements. Thank you for becoming a YouTube channel. So this is what people like. That article Clump put out today. Guys, I was told that information before Clump. Clump was told that a couple days after. And we're told that by the same source. Like, that's how I know Clump, a guy like Clump, is credible, because me and him have a lot of the same sources behind the scenes. This is what I'm getting at. Just because some of the things we get told are things you guys don't want to hear doesn't make them wrong, guys. This is the reality of the situation. I've told you guys before. Guys, I'm sitting on an absolute nugget. A golden nugget that I was told privately, just between me and you cannot tell anyone this. And the reason why I can't tell any of y'all is because the person who gave me this nugget told it to a South Floridian reporter. It got back to Brian Flores, and Brian Flores flipped his lid on him. So I'm not allowed to tell it publicly, because he entrusted someone else. And that other person named his name. Yes, it was a he that told me. Named his name, and it got back to Brian Flores, and Flores lost his mind. And that's why I can't tell all y'all that. Now, if it's made public, or he gives me the nod, go ahead and tell them, then I will tell each and every one of you guys this. But, I mean, I got to keep my relationships. I got to keep my friendships that I'm cultivating, and I gotta keep, I gotta keep them at bay and not drop their name because I want the information fed to me. Like, how do you guys think I know we tried to trade up with the Vikings at 23? I told y'all that while we were live. While we were live during the draft, I told you that. And that was actually from a source that I don't share with Klump or anything. So I'm telling you, like, guys, here's the thing. Whether people want to believe it or not, a YouTube channel is a media outlet. They know you guys watch. They tell me stuff to put it out to you because they know y'all are going to watch. That's it. Every media outlet matters. And what's funny is because of how the South Floridian media acts, some of these, what do you want to call them, sources, or I just call them people behind the scenes don't trust them. And look it, guys, you want to know how they watch? This is how you know people are watching this channel and watching all of you in the comments. I'm telling you all right now, okay? When I had Nick Hicks on, all of a sudden, the week later, he's on Tobin and Leroy. Safid Dean drops an article on him. The day after he's on there, during Tua's media availability, the day he's on here, during Tua's media availability on minicamp day 1, Josh Tolentino asked him a question about Nick Hicks when Nick Hicks hadn't been brought up all offseason. I mean, you want to go even further? When I showed all y'all the man-to-man pod clip with X, okay? When I put that up here, I then the next day posted it on Twitter. Twitter blew up for it, okay? On the same show where Tobin and Leroy brought on Nick Hicks, they brought on Darius Butler from the man-to-man pod who interviewed Xavier Howard in the same podcast. And Tobin starts off that interview saying, your interview recently blew up on Twitter. Who blew it up on Twitter, bro? It was me. This is what I'm sitting here saying. Bro, they watch. I was told before I had 1,000 subscribers, I was told it doesn't matter if you have 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. The Miami Dolphins and people involved and people around that media watch everything. That's just it. That's not bragging. That's not none of that. I mean, they watch everyone. If you have 200 subscribers, they've watched you before. That's the whole point of their social media department. Like, that's literally the whole point. If you have 10 subscribers, they've watched you. Dude, I've been told by Travis Winfield's best friend that he's watched the show before. That's it. That's just what it is. That's not ego. That's not arrogance. That's literally what it is. They watch TD. They watch Dudley. They watch me. Whoever you want to name, they watch them. And so when I got these people out here trying to, say, oh, Klump is trash or, oh, whatever. Yo, I know some of Klump's sources. They're legit because I have some of the same sources. I don't even like calling them sources, bro. People behind the scenes. Let's call them people behind the scenes. That's it. I can guarantee you they've watched Larry's channel. So, Pete, they probably have seen you up there. I was told by someone in the social media department last summer that they watch everything. It is what it is, man. They're just being aware. That's their job, right? To be aware of what's being said. So, And another reason why I'm not dropping the nugget that was told to me privately that I keep telling you all about it, but that could pit Tua fans against Brian Flores stands. The problem with that is I could lose my media access. It's that big of a nugget. Like, if he flipped his lid on the person who told me this, he'll flip his lid. And I right now have media access. I don't want to lose that. So people just need to start, like, stop being ignorant. Jesus. Like, come on. Stop being ignorant and naive. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't realize. Like, I'm going to tell you right now. Some of Club's articles, I've seen the numbers. We're talking, he's got articles that have over 1 million views. Articles that have over 500,000 views. That's an outlet for someone who wants to get information out there. And you guys got to realize, too, guys, players, camp, the camps of players, meaning people around players, will try to get info out to different outlets to get ahead of stuff as well. For example, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying, like, let's say, I don't know. Let's say Preston Williams, okay? Let's say Preston Williams, is one of the players not grasping the playbook. Now, I don't know that for sure, but I'm just putting that out there. Preston Williams camp could go out and hit someone up and say, listen, this playbook is it is really complicated and confusing. Preston's having a hard time picking it up because it's like nothing he's ever seen before, and he thinks the coaches have too much jargon and too much terminology, and it's oversaturated with that stuff. Try to put a spin on it, saying, if Preston struggles, this is why he's struggling, so people know and they get ahead of it. Like, that's just how it works, man. People got to realize it's a PR game, man. So, anyways, I had to state that because I saw people on Twitter, man. Twitter's becoming a cesspool. It's honestly, man, some of these people are absolute jabronis. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's getting to the level of Facebook. Like, some days I don't even want to go on there. It's ridiculous. So, anyways, that's my rant. I had to get that out of here. Let's preview the Miami Dolphins offense heading into training camp, guys. So, I've sat there. I made this little box chart, this table, and so let's start at QB. So you got obviously Tua Tagovailoa, Jacoby Brissett, Reed Sinnett right now. I mean, this is the easiest one to figure out. I really do think, obviously, Tua is going to be the starter out of camp. Jacoby Brissett's going to be backing him up. I think they'll only carry 2 guys heading into the season. So Reed Sinnett, it is what it is, buddy. Hate to be the one to tell you, but you're going to be back on the practice squad, my friend. I don't think he's has a chance at making this team. We'll see. We'll see. And just people need to realize that Tua Tagovailoa, in his first 9 NFL starts, he threw more touchdown passes than Josh Allen and Kyler Murray, and we all see where they're at. Allen heading into year 4, Murray heading into year 3. So, and there's no doubt Brissett is one of the top NFL backups right now. Very careful with the ball. The thing is, if you go back and you watch the Indianapolis Colts, he didn't throw the ball a ton. That's why his interception and touchdown ratio is that's why his interception numbers are low, as well as his touchdown numbers. Because if you go look at his attempts, you go watch the film, it was clear they wanted to run the ball with him. You're not going to sit there and throw the ball 25, 30 times to Jacoby Brissett, right? So when you look at the running back room, guys, Myles Gaskin, Malcolm Brown, Salvin Ahmed, Patrick Laird, Jared Dokes, Jordan Scarlett. I got bad news for people, and this is just my opinion and what I'm hearing. I've heard, again, privately, I've heard Jordan Scarlett is probably going to make this team in a special teams role capacity. Now, again, the homie Clump, he spoke to Nick Hicks and he put out an article about Tua Tagovailoa loving Jordan Scarlett and really being impressed with how far Jordan Scarlett is along. You know, guys, you want my honest opinion? I think the 4 that get carried into training camp is going to be like coming out of training camp, because I think they'll carry 4 guys. I think it's going to be Gaskin, Malcolm Brown, Jared Dokes, and Jordan Scarlett, guys. I think Patrick Laird and Salvin Ahmed are going to be surprising cuts. And then they're going to go from there. Now, here's the thing. Because I think Gaskin and Malcolm Brown are clearly locks. It's basically going to come down to who performs the best out of Patrick Laird, Jordan Scarlett, and Jared Dokes. And Salvin Ahmed, obviously. The thing is, when I heard the Jordan Scarlett news, that bumped Salvin Ahmed out of the equation for me. Because, I originally had Ahmed, Gaskin, Malcolm Brown, and Dokes. And when I was told privately that Jordan Scarlett is probably going to make the team, and then when I saw Clump's article, with Nick Hicks, basically saying Tua raves about him, it's not very good. Ahmed did good last season. I think he averaged like 4.3 yards per carry. He has durability issues, and if Dokes outplays him and offers him more in camp, then it's going to be an issue. So, and you got to also think too, guys, there could be cuts coming. What if the rumors are true and the Patriots cut Sony Michel because they like where Damian Harris is going? You don't think Brian Flores, the Patriot guy, is going to jump all over Sony Michel? Because, you go back to that Super Bowl run a couple of years ago, Sony Michel was very vital. So, I think Salvin Ahmed, Patrick Laird, and Jared Dokes have an uphill battle. If I'm hearing Jordan Scarlett's going to make it in a special teams role, then damn. So, continuing on here, guys. Wide receiver. Now, I think we're personally going to carry 7. I've been saying this for a while. Obviously, guys like, Kay Loxley and Kirk Merritt, they got a real uphill battle. I think Malcolm Perry does as well. And then you got guys who are in there, but you don't know. I think, again, I've told you all this before. I've been told privately that Jakeem Grant's camp doesn't have a positive outlook on him making the team. Let's say that. So let's start with the X receiver. And if people who don't know what the X receiver is, you got to remember that's the receiver that's tethered to the line of scrimmage, that which means up on the line of scrimmage, that makes the tight ends eligible, because if he was off the line of scrimmage, tight ends would be ineligible. He's also the furthest away from the ball. So that's where you got to be strong and fast to get through jams, to get through press, etc. So, I got Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Matt Collins, Alan Hearns, and Kay Loxley there. I think, those first 3 I could see making the team. Matt Collins is obviously a great gunner. But with now the reports of Robert Foster stepping up in that gunner role during practice, now he's got legit competition at it. Preston Williams, I think, my whole thing is, I think Preston Williams is going to be one of those surprises, guys. I think there's a real legit chance Preston might not even make the team. Now, do I think he should make the team? Yes. See what he has. But Preston's got an uphill climb, guys. I think 2 years in a row of being injured. The thing that I think might save him and might get him on this team is his chemistry that he was starting to build with Tua. I think that might be a saving grace. If he stays healthy, Preston could have a big year with Tua. So, but DVP is going to make the team unless he gets traded. So the wide receiver, that's your slot receiver, right? Jalen Waddle, from the reports, is Jalen Waddle is the top guy right now. Albert Wilson's there, Lynn Bowden and Malcolm Perry. I think Jalen, Albert Wilson, and Bowden make this team. I really do. And here's the thing. Albert Wilson can play the Y or the Z. Now, if you remember what the Z is, guys, right? That's the receiver, the outside receiver that plays off the line of scrimmage, who you can motion, have in the backfield, etc. All right? So that's basically going to be a lot of your motion, man. You want the speedy guys being your Z. So that's why I got Will Fuller there. So Will Fuller, Robert Foster, Jakeem Grant, Kirk Merritt, because, Kirk Merritt posted 4.3 speed. I've been told privately by Nick Hicks, I can name this, Nick Hicks, who worked out with Kirk Merritt this year, that I asked him, I said, is he 4.3 speed like, he did at his pro day? He thinks he's more in the 4.4 range right now, just because he's added more muscle mass to his body. So, but still, I think, Kirk Merritt could be, he's strong enough to be an X, and I think he's fast enough to be a Z. So I think he's a reach to make the team, though, even though, he's my boy. So, Foster, the bubble 7th spot for me is Foster or Matt Collins. I don't think Jakeem Grant's going to make the team. I think Kirk's going to get put to the practice squad. I think Malcolm Perry is going to get put to the practice squad. I don't think Kay Loxley is going to make the team, and I do not think Allen Hurns is going to make the team. Again, next week I'll do my defensive. We'll take a look at the defense heading into training camp, and then the week after that, I will give you my depth chart prediction of what the final 53-man roster will be based on the current bodies we have coming out of training camp. So that's how I see the receiver room lining up. It's so deep. I mean, guys, count the numbers, right? We got a baker's dozen. We got 13. And Pete, I get what you're saying with Hurns and Hollins. The thing is, I think the gunner, I think what would save his ass is special teams. But what people need to realize, and why you might be right, Pete, is Hurns' contract is very, very, very hard to move right now. If you were to go look at Allen Hurns' contract on Spot Track, thanks for the score update, Larry. I'm telling you, Lightning are going to roll over them. The problem with Allen Hurns' contract, everyone, is if you release him right now, you take a 2.933 dead cap hit, and it's actually negative $50,000 against your cap in terms of savings. If you were to trade him, the dead cap is $1.683 million, and you save $1.2 million. So it's a bad contract with Allen Hurns right now. That's what if he wasn't like, that's why Hurns might stick over a guy like Grant. Real possibility. Real possibility. All right. I did 2 tight ends just because we run so 12-man personnel. So I had Mike Gesicki, and then I have Hunter Long as your top 2 guys. Then behind them, I had Adam Shaheen and Durham Smythe. Then I had Ethan Carter, Jabri Blount, and Chris Myrick. Now, the strange thing here, guys, is look at how hard they tried to protect Chris Myrick last year. I mean, the guy was protected almost every freaking week. Ethan Carter was one of the first signings they made. He can play fullback as well. Oh, by the way, fullback Carl Tucker, the guy from Alabama, he can also play tight end. He played tight end in North Carolina, and then when he came to Alabama, he got converted to fullback. So they have a fullback on the squad too. But Ethan Carter can play fullback as well. So that might be a battle between them if they do want to keep a fullback. I don't think Jabri Blount makes the team, not whatsoever. And I don't think Chris Myrick again makes the team. But at maximum, guys, I see them carrying max 4. But do you carry 4 or do you carry 3? If they carry 3, guys, I think another surprising cut is going to be Durham Smythe. If they keep 4, I think Durham will be safe. And you know, that's especially if you're keeping 7 receivers, right? How many are you going to keep? 4 tight ends as well? That's a lot of pass catchers. So if they go 3, I think it's going to be Mike Gesicki and Adam Shaheen. I think Durham Smythe will be the odd man out. So it's going to that tight end battle. Man, look at the battles we got in front of us, guys, right now. The running back room, the receiver room, the tight end room. Great battles to keep an eye on heading into camp. So at left tackle, I know Jesse Davis can play it as well, but the reason why I have him as left guard, I'll explain that. But let's get to left tackle right now. Larnell Coleman and Austin Jackson. I do not see Larnell Coleman making the team right away. I actually think Robert Jones, who they signed as a UDFA, is more ready than Larnell Coleman right now. And this is just off of what little I've seen of Larnell Coleman. It's really hard to get UMass all 22, believe me. So I do think Austin Jackson. I don't know if Larnell Coleman makes the team. Now, left guard, Solomon McKinley, Jesse Davis, and former Patriot Jermaine Illuminar. This is going to be an interesting battle because Jermaine's legit. What the word is right now, and this is public, this is not anything that's being said behind the scenes. This is public. Jesse Davis is currently leading at that left guard position. Now, I don't know whether it's talent or whether it's they want another veteran presence on that offensive line. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But I'm really hoping Solomon McKinley wins that because I thought, before he got hurt, Austin Jackson was playing at a much better level than he did in the second half of the season. Also, the best reps I saw in the second half of the season from Austin Jackson was when Solomon McKinley was lined up next to him as left guard, his natural position that he played at Georgia. And he really helped him in the run game too. So I want to see that left side continue to grow. At center, I think Matt Skura is going to win, guys. I know there's some people thinking Dieter's going to win, or Cameron Tom has a legit chance, or even Tyler Gauthier. I think Matt Skura is going to win. I mean, this is the most experienced guy. You look at it, the 4 guys, he's the best one out of all of them in the run, and this team wants to run the football. It's just, hey, if it starts raining and he gets the yips, we're up that creek with no paddle, man. So I do think Matt Skura wins that battle. I just think experience. You got to remember, Michael Dieter's going on in year 3. He's never taken live reps at center. He's never diagnosed, blitzes or disguises. He's never been the main communicator, identifying the mics and, calling out the Wills and the Sams. He doesn't do that. He's never had to communicate where the stunts are coming from. He's never done that. So I ask you, are you going to roll with Austin Jackson, Solomon McKinley, Robert Hunt? 3 second-year guys are hoping taking an equal significant leap. And then Liam Eichenberger, rookie at right tackle, and Michael Dieter, who's never played the center position before. Because you guys got to remember, when you're a center and you're snapping the ball, you're already at a disadvantage, right? Because when you hike, that's live. When your hand moves at the ball, it's live. So if you got a nose over top of you, or you're being shaded by a defensive tackle, those guys can get off a lot quicker than you can. That's just fact. That's how the position works. So I think it's really risky. Could we see Dieter by midway through the season? Sure. But I do think Matt Skura, it's his job to lose. I truly believe that. Martin donates $5. And he says, reason, got a feeling our starting O-line going to look like Jackson, Eichenberg, Skura, Kinley, Hunt. Man, I hope. Guys, if they traded a third next year to move up to 42 to take Eichenberg and he winds up being a guard, come on. Give me a break if that happens. Then we got a serious issue at hand when you could have just taken a guard at 81 when my boy Quinn Miners was sitting there. I'm going to have a serious issue if that's how it winds up. So, Larry says, I believe Dieter has same more or less as Skura. I can't agree with that because you go back to 2018, Skura had really high caliber footage that he put out there. So I can't. I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? But I can't. The guy's never played the position, and that's the quarterback of the offensive line. This is not an easy position to play. So I can't agree with you there. Now at right guard, I got Robert Hunt. Listen, I've said this before. Before the draft, if you guys go back before the draft, me and EM, two guards we actually put you guys onto three was Robert Huntley, Solomon Kinley, and Michael Onwenu out of Michigan. Now, Onwenu went to the Patriots, had a great season, and then we actually ended up drafting Solomon Kinley and Robert Hunt. And I said from then, before we even drafted him, Robert Hunt was a guard. I find it really worrisome that, all the signs were there to kick him into guard last year, and not even necessarily his play, Jesse Davis's play. Jesse Davis does not have the functional strength to be a guard. That's why I don't think he'll beat Solomon Kinley too. Now, can he pull better than Solomon Kinley? 110%, yes. But I do not think he has the functional strength to be an everyday guard in the NFL. Robert Hunt has that. The problem with Robert Hunt is his hip flexibility, his feet, how he moves into his kick slide. He's slow getting into his kick slide. Okay. He can't handle guys with good bend around the arc when they're coming around the edge. So you can hide some of those deficiencies inside, right? So, it just worries me that it took them over a year to realize this. But, and now you hear, oh, well, they believe he can be a Pro Bowl guard. Guys, I've been telling you since we drafted him, he could be an all-pro guard. Go back to TD Finn's talk when we drafted him. TD asked me to give you guys my evaluation, and I said this guy could be an all-pro caliber guard. So thanks for catching up. Jesus Christ. So behind him, Adam Pankey. I do not think Adam Pankey is going to make the team. I actually would not be surprised if Robert Jones sneaks in there. Guys, go watch Robert Jones. He's actually pretty good. I like what I've seen from Robert Jones when I've watched some of the All-22 on him. Durval Queiroz Neto, I don't even know why they're wasting the international spot on this guy. I mean, what year are we going into now with this project? This is showing what me and Ballgame talk about on the finish line. Ballgame's talked about it up here. Coaches have that ego, that stubbornness that, I can develop anyone. I can develop it. Like, Nato's the perfect example of that. Let it go. Right tackle, Liam Eichenberg, DJ Fluker, and Jonathan Hubbard. I don't think Hubbard's making the team. I think Fluker's making the team. Now, I think they're dug in on Robert Hunt at right guard. I think Fluker has a chance here. And what's great about Fluker is he can play right guard or right tackle. So you want that depth, right? Just like Jesse Davis can, he's basically your swing guy. He can play guard, not very well, but he can play tackle at a above average level. You know what I mean? So I think Fluker does make the team. The interesting battle is going to be between Liam Eichenberg and Fluker. Can Liam Eichenberg beat out a guy who has a lot of reps at right tackle in his career, and he has actually a lot of decent reps at right tackle too. He's not an idiot. You know what I mean? Fluker's a decent player, man. So, and here's the thing. This is my biggest question for guys like Robert Hunt, and Austin Jackson, and not Saul McKinley. When Davis and Kinley were next to each other on the right side, they showed me they could. So more so with Robert Hunt and Austin Jackson, can they pick up a stunt? This is going to be the biggest question. Can they pick up the stunt? Irving says, think Davis can be your emergency center. If Skura and Dieter go down, I think Cameron Tom will get called up. They'll try and sign Cameron Tom because they might have to cut him. So, it's going to be that right tackle battle. It's going to be interesting too. Because if Liam Eichenberg, I've told you guys this. You go back to my evaluation of him when I showed you guys all 22 film. Very solid player. Technician. Friend of the show, my good buddy, Ryan Roberts, one of the best evaluators and scouts out there. Also a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. He told me, I believe his ceiling is Riley Reef in terms of solid guy who you don't really talk about, right? And when you don't talk about them, that means they're doing their job. He's not going to be an all-pro. He said he's not going to be an all-pro. He said he'll have issues with guys who are athletic and a bit speedy, which I've told you guys will be an issue with him already before Ryan Roberts conveyed that to me. So, Irving says $2. Carl Tucker will be our starting fullback at the start. Very well, if they carry a fullback. It's going to be him or Ethan Carter because they can both play tight end and fullback. So, the Eichenberg and Fluker battle, and then the Skura, Dieter, and Cameron Tom battle, as well as the Kinley and Jesse Davis battle, are going to be very interesting ones, guys. I think Austin Jackson, that job's his. I think Robert Hunt, that job's his. But those other three positions, it's going to be real interesting to see how it goes, man. So, yeah, guys, that's my preview of the 2021 Miami Dolphins offense heading into training camp. Next Monday, we'll take a look at the defense and special teams. The week after that, we will go ahead and I will give you my prediction on the depth chart, my prediction of the final depth chart coming out of training camp, and I'll even go as far as I will name you the 12 practice squad players I believe that they're going to take. So we'll do that 2 Mondays from now. We'll do the depth chart prediction and the practice squad prediction 2 Mondays from now. Next Monday, we'll go over the defense. All right, guys? So that's where I'm at with the 2021 Miami Dolphins offense heading in to training camp. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to drop that link for all of you to come up here. You want to talk about Clump's article and the confusing playbook. You want to talk about the offensive preview I just talked about. Whatever you want to talk about, I'll just drop the link. You can come up here. We can talk about that. You want to talk about how the betting lines, a lot of them are favoring the Patriots right now. Whatever's on your mind. You guys want to talk about the X stuff? It's all on the table right now for you guys, man. And again, like I said, tomorrow night, guys, 8:30, me and Jeremy Klump are going to be here at 8:30. We're going to have breaking news regarding Xavier Howard. Okay? Unless an article drops tomorrow, we got the goods on Xavier Howard tomorrow. You're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to hear what's going on with X, man. It's going to be really interesting stuff. So I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to be worth your time. 8:30 tomorrow night, me and Jeremy Klump. And then, guys, Wednesday night, who am I going to have on here? Sebastian Alvarez, a.k.a. Shot Culture. He is the official photographer from Perform Training and Sports. He's the guy who's been taking all the snapshots of Miami Dolphins players and Tua Tagovailoa as they've been working out this offseason. So we're going to have him on Wednesday night. We're going to pick his brain, and hopefully he's going to have some new images that haven't been released yet that we can talk about. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna pick his brain about what he's seen being around these players, anything he's heard. We're gonna talk to him. So yeah, that'll be Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, me and Clump will give you the goods on what we're hearing about Xavier Howard, and you're gonna want to hear that because I told EM Dolphin fan what we're talking about, and it blew his lid. So y'all are gonna want to hear what goes down tomorrow night, everyone. Martin, Todd, Josh, and Irving, what's going on, boys?
How's it going, man?
What's up, fellas? What's up, man?
How's it going, everyone?
Pretty good.
Watching the Suns game here. Be able to watch you guys from at home relaxing.
There you go. Got your feet up.
Evening, gents.
What's up, Shady? A reason, and again, the reason why I actually threw in Liam Eichenberg at left guard is almost the same reason why we put like Lermy Tunsil at left guard initially. I think it's more so just to get him used to reps, just first team reps.
And then he took the tackle position the next year after. Right?
I believe that's what they're gonna probably try to do just to keep like a super solid offensive line out there. Because again, if we throw in Liam Eichenberg at right tackle and he's not quite ready for the speed of the NFL, especially at the tackle position, we saw what happened with Robert Hunt last year. It was almost like a penguin out there, as far as his footwork and trying to keep up with certain pass rushers. I don't think they want to kind of expose Liam Eichenberg to that type of speed just yet. If he can handle the interior as far as strength wise, and then some obviously stunts matter in the league. If he can pick stuff up like that in the middle, and then obviously a year after or even mid-season, if they feel comfortable enough, throw him in at that right tackle, bump Hunt in if you know for sure he's not the right tackle.
I think Fluker will be the right. I think Fluker will be the right tackle if he doesn't win it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then you.
I'm telling you right now, I think they're locked in on Robert Hunt at guard, bro.
So what's good with Kinley?
I think Kinley would be on the bench in that.
Dude, Kinley, really? Didn't you hear Barry Jackson reported that from what he's hearing, Jesse Davis is the front runner for left guard right now, not Solomon Kinley.
I saw that during minicamp.
That's public. That's not anything I've heard. That's not anything I've heard private, man.
From what I've heard, Kinley came in way out of shape.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he hasn't lost any weight. He hasn't lost any weight.
I heard that too.
Yeah. Well,
and that was his problem with pulling, right?
With that being said, what do you? If you guys, let's just say the guards are the ones that's struggling more. Do you guys see that changing the amount of the proportion of snaps Tua takes under center versus in a shotgun and vice versa, depending on like which position struggle? Like, how do y'all see that impacting like our game plan in terms of the position?
If your interior struggles, it doesn't matter because they're coming right up the gut. It's gonna flush you right out, man. I just want to say this too. I forgot, so I want to say it. Guys, please help support Russell Vorst during this hard time. GoFundMe.me/C4C6DAA2. Go help him out. He tragically lost his son on Father's Day. He's one of the Phinside fam over here. He's also on Finn's panel fam. So, go show support to Russell. He's a good dude, man. He needs all of your love and support right now. Just go help him as much as you can. Even a $2, $1 donation helps because it's already tragic enough when a parent outlives their child. Yeah, man. But then when you're dealing with the depression and the tragedy and trying to cope, you also have to deal with the financials that are needed to get you through that process because it's not a cheap process. As morbid as it sounds, to bury your child, it's not cheap, man. So go help him hit that goal, man. I really like, since me and Larry have been plugging it, it jumped up big time. You know, it was only about like $3,000 something and well over $6,000-7,000 right now. So continue to show love. I appreciate each and every one of you that already have, man. And yeah, thank you everyone who shows love, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, prayers up to Russell, man. That's roof, bro. That's rough, man.
Yeah.
Prayers
Oh,
up,
for
man.
sure. Yeah, so yeah, back to what you said about the offensive line. If you're interior, like you can get away with your tackle struggling a bit if your interior is solid. If your interior is struggling, it's not a good. You're gonna have defensive tackles and linebackers just looping up the middle all day, and it's gonna be a real issue, man. So I'm telling you, I believe Hunt and I believe Kinley. I even at his weight, I think they can get it done. Just pulling might be an issue.
I was gonna say if Kinley is at, or if they're saying he's overweight, or not well conditioned, I would hope that they're putting in maximum effort to get him in that conditioned body, because I like him over anybody at left guard.
Mark,
Just
I
because.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but the problem is he has to put in the effort.
Yeah.
He's arguably our best. You know, he's obviously our best run blocking offensive lineman, man.
Do y'all
And
think he
potentially
can
pass
get in at least decent shape before training camp or by training camp when it starts, or
He can.
Yeah.
something
Well,
else?
yeah, of course. I think they want him to shed pounds so he can move quicker on pulling.
Precisely. Yes.
That's what it comes down to, because
you have
it was
to
a
be
real
nimble.
problem from last year when he was pulling, right?
Yes.
So you shed some pounds, but it's, if you go back to my film study on him, he was hit or miss. There were reps where he was really good. There were reps where he was way too late coming across. So
Like-
it's just going to be about him bettering himself.
Anytime I think of those type of guards, Quentin Nelson comes to mind, and Brandon Sheriff comes to mind from Washington football team. Like
Brandon, just so everyone knows, and I said this before, Brandon Sheriff was my pro comp pre-draft for Robert Hunt. Anyways, continue.
That's good news, by the way. Sidebar.
Oh yeah,
but that definitely, man, that's what you have to be. Is you know, when it comes to being a pulling guard, you have to be those type of guards where, you know, your feet, you're just light on your feet. You're decisive in exactly where you're supposed to be during specific pulling plays. If Kinley is having issues as far as repetitions, play after play after play, maintaining his wind, staying in shape, that's something that's actually fixable. But I don't just want to just throw like a Jesse Davis in there because, you know, he's a veteran, and, you know, nah, man, talent to talent, Solomon Kinley is just better. You know, I think they have to find a way to get him in shape, and he has to commit, man, because again, without this offensive line, like you keep saying, this offense will go as far as this offensive line takes us. And bro, they all got to be, you know, ready to take that next step.
You know what one of the most disheartening things is?
Mm-hmm.
We have the worst offensive line in the division.
I think so.
That's true.
Oh, really?
And
Even worse than
they
the Jets?
are adding people. I mean, they
I
got
think so.
they
Bro,
have
the
Worse than
Jets-
the Jets?
Yo, the Jets
Just
have
got
Mackay.
Becton and
Becton, they drafted Elijah
Yeah.
Vera Tucker.
Mhm,
They got
mhm.
Connor McGovern
man.
at center.
Oh, they got
They
They got
have
Moses.
They got Van Rotten at right guard,
Mhm,
and they just signed
mhm.
Morgan Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
know how to
Yeah,
use-
they're
that's right, I
fine.
forgot about
What did
you
you say?
know,
Rich?
they're
You said
decent.
Joe Douglas was an excellent GM, and
I was
you
right,
see that?
wasn't I?
You
I
know,
was
you
warning
see
people
that?
last year, bro.
You see that? I mean,
no one
in
wanted to
2
listen to me.
years- In 2
Hey,
years,
Reno,
Everyone,
it's like
everyone
what's
last year,
going on?
yo, no one wanted to listen to me last year when I told everyone Joe Douglas is going to turn around in New York. No one wanted to listen to me. Everyone thought it was off my mind and they were going to suck. I said they're going to fire Adam Gase. I had to walk down Damian Deese from the ledge because he thought they were going to take Penei Sewell too. I said, no, they're going to get rid of Darnold. They're going to fire Gase, and it's going to be Zach Wilson. I'm
They
telling
traded
you,
up,
man.
right? They traded up to get
Man,
Veritas.
we got a lot of guys
No.
playing.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
Reason, what about
We
New
got a
England
lot of guys
losing
playing
their
out of
best
position.
O-lineman?
What about what?
New England losing their best O-lineman to Kansas City.
Buddy, they got
Tony?
Trent Brown, bro.
Yeah,
They went out and
they
got
got a big
Trent
one.
Brown.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if he stays
Mhm.
healthy with the way he is, too.
Dude, their offensive Michael Onwenu was arguably next to Tristan Wirfs the best rookie offensive lineman last year.
Mm.
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 Dude, listen, here's the thing. First of all, bro, their offensive line is most definitely better than ours right now. Like, let me read off to you their 5 starters right now, okay? Isaiah
Yeah.
Wynn, Michael
Mhm.
Onwenu, David
Mhm.
Andrews, Shaq
Mhm.
Mason, Trent Brown.
That's
Yeah.
That's
That's
good,
decent.
bro.
Legit.
yeah.
That is very
Now,
solid.
y'all want to hear something real scary about why I think we might Dolphin fans don't put the cart in front of the horse for week
Mhm.
1. This
Mhm.
is why we will not be able to run the ball. Matt Judon, Lawrence
Mhm.
Guy,
Yep.
Brian
Mhm.
Cowart, Devon
Mhm.
Godcha, Henry
Mhm.
Anderson, Kyle Van Noy, Jawan Bentley, Dante Hightower. Okay, they
Barmore?
drafted
The front seven is
Christian
sure. That front seven
Barmore.
is nasty, bro.
Mhm.
They I didn't even
Christian
mention Chase
Barmore.
Winovich
Mhm.
or Raekwon McMillan or the guy I loved last year out of Michigan, Josh Uche, entering his second season. They
Mhm.
also drafted that Oklahoma linebacker I kept telling y'all about how much I love Ronnie Perkins.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
Oh.
That's some
That's gonna be a
exotic rotations,
Hey,
man.
Reason, you said people were listening, Reason, but I think Jalen Phillips is definitely listening to that one.
Oh,
He's been
bro.
called to arms. He's been
And-
called to arms.
Like, listen to their secondary. J.C. Jackson, Devin McCourty, Adrian Phillips, Stephon Gilmore, Jonathan Jones, and it's Kyle Duggar's second year, and he was a top 5 safety in the draft last year for me. I think I had him at 5 or 6. And then they got Jalen Mills as a backup in a perfect role.
Did you mention Chung?
They're good. Patrick Chung, didn't he retire?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was
Retired.
He's gone.
Oh, he did? Okay.
And bro, I really don't like the curse either, man. You know, I just got to pet people about cursing nowadays. But how the fuck do you expect Tua to just be the main one to make the team go, and we're not even paying attention to who
the
we have to
line.
play against, bro? Like now, well, the offensive line is one thing, but our opponents, the first 5 games of the season, bro.
Oh, it's tough, bro.
Dolphin
Dolphin fans
He's either
don't
with
want to
4-1
hear it.
or 0-5.
Dude, it could be a realistic possibility we only win the Raiders game and we're 1-4.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Or 2-3, or 2-3.
Miracle 4-1 or 1-5.
You know, and we're not even trying to be pessimists. We're just being real.
No,
bro.
it's just
like,
realistic, bro.
Right.
these teams we got to go up against, bro.
That's why I said,
if
we come out of the first 2 weeks 2-0,
we're in good
the
shape.
AFC better be worried, bro. Like
absolutely.
we're notice.
If we
And
go the first,
we will only go against teams like the Bills and against teams like the Patriots and the Buccaneers. We will only go as far, and the Colts. We will only go as far as this offensive line takes us, bro.
Yeah. Oh, then it's not looking.
You
good.
want to know what scares me? Reason? What scares me? Reason is that they win all of those. They win the Bucs game. They win the Bills game. They win the Patriots, but then they lose to crappy teams. That's what scares me. They'll lose the Raiders game and the Jaguars game, but they'll beat all the other teams.
The thing you got to ask yourself is, you look at the first 5 games. Do you know how hard it's going to be to establish the run in those first 5? Like, it's not going to be easy to run on some of these teams in the first 5 games.
Which led me to my question.
They got the defensive line.
You think Kinley is?
We didn't do.
You think Kinley has a chance of being cut? Martin and Reason
have a chance of being what?
Of a chance of being cut?
No.
No, we need him. No, we need him.
But I think
it was really his job to lose.
There's no way. There's no way.
I was about to say, Reason said it already. Kinley is arguably our most talented offensive lineman. If the only thing is his endurance or his overall conditioning that needs to be addressed, that's so simple. It's like no, there's no way you cut someone for not being well conditioned. You emphasize conditioning during his workout regimen. That's all.
Why didn't he follow the same thing Preston Wilson is doing, which is working out for Preston? What is he doing?
Well, listen, maybe it's a wake up.
Well, it's
call.
a different linemen train different than wide receivers.
Yeah.
And hey, it's disappointing you can't keep on your own resume. I would.
Well, he was working out. We saw the videos of he was working out.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Hunt were working out, boxing, working with Derval Queres Neto. He's been to perform this year with the offensive line because Tua brought the offensive line out there for 1 or 2 weeks. So he's been working out. It's just for all we know, it could be a metabolism problem. For all we know.
Probably,
that's true.
Because it's not just about.
It's probably all diet. You're right. It's probably metabolism.
Right.
Have you heard? Like he swims at a ridiculous level too. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know why they call him the fish, big fish, right?
He was
and he can dunk, right?
That's because but that's actually because of his swimming ability. Like he's actually raced players on our team and beat them, and smaller guys than him.
He's a swimmer.
Yeah, like he's a legit swimmer. And swimming's really good.
He's up my alley. He's right up my alley now.
My stepdad, he used to go to the Y and go to the Olympic-sized pool and just do laps, and he dropped weight and he wasn't even a big guy. He was just tall, and he had a little bit of a beer gut, and he dropped that gut in 2 months just by swimming.
Yeah. So honestly, Solomon Kinley, and again, guys, working out is one thing, but maintaining a regimen as far as how you're eating, what you consume, is another. You can work out like a monster, and if you're eating the wrong foods as far as trying to trim, not even fat, but just maintaining the muscle mass that you're gaining during these workouts, you can lose it all just by the types of things you put in your body.
So, like Martin. Like Martin, does he look like a guy who's eating quinoa or ordering a pizza at 12 a.m.? You know what I mean?
Right.
He got pizza on speed now, bro. He got all the apps.
DoorDash is real happy with him.
That's
with somebody like Solomon Kinley.
Hold on. Todd's talking. Go ahead, Todd.
With someone like Solomon Kinley, it's hard for him because you have to lose some of that weight, but keep your strength up.
Yes.
So it's even harder for him.
Yeah. And Todd, imagine the food you go from in Georgia to Florida.
I know.
Bro, shit.
You go from baby back ribs to a whole Cuban sandwich, bro.
Well, you gotta remember,
don't go down that Cuban sandwich.
He's from right here. He's from right where I'm from, here in Jacksonville.
What would you say, Todd? What about right where you are?
Kinley's from Jacksonville.
True. Yeah. Yes.
Up here, it's a lot of seafood, but the way they make it, it's not always healthy.
You want him to go on a diet real quick and shed some pounds? Hook him up with the dealer that was hooking up the coke to our coaching staff a couple years ago. That'll shed the weight real quick.
I forgot about
I have a two-way question. The offensive line coach last year, do you think our O-line overachieved with him? And do you have to question Pierre as far as what he's doing with our O-line now? Are you questioning Pierre?
I don't think our O-line coach. Yeah, Lamel Jean-Pierre. I don't think our O-line achieved anything last year. Number two to that question, Jean-Pierre's played the position. I think he played for the Seahawks. I think he was a guard or something. He's played the position. The thing is, he was assistant with us. And was he assistant in Baltimore or something before that? Something like that?
I can't recall.
I think he was an assistant in Baltimore. What was it, Crypto?
I'm not sure. I think he was
an assistant in Baltimore. This is the first year he's ever an offensive line coach.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got three guys hoping to take a leap. I don't know.
And the guy didn't want to stay with us last year. He was happy to go when the season over. I don't think he was.
He was part of Gailey's staff.
Martin?
He was part of Gailey's staff.
I think so.
Bro. He was part of Gailey's staff, dude. That's why he left. Same thing why Robbie Brown left too.
Reason you were spot on with the running backs. I really think Dokes is going to make the team because of his
So do I.
blocking and his third down skills.
Yep. And a great pass catcher, bro.
Yes.
He's
I
all.
was
He's
just
all.
about
Hey,
to
bonus.
say that.
the thing is, he beats Ahmad in every one of those categories. Better blocker.
The only thing
better
Ahmed's
through
got
down
over him.
catching is
The only thing
experience.
Ahmed's got over him is long speed. That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna
And
say
what I like-
Ahmed's really good at the long speed and shiftiness in like short areas. But blocking, catching, power, like
From what
Dope's
I-
got that.
Arguably, he's the
From what
best
I've seen
blocking
and
running
heard
back
from-
we have on our roster already, and he hasn't
That's
played a
what I was
snap.
just gonna say.
True.
From what I've seen in reasons preview of him and breakdown of him, he's the best we have now as a blocker on third down.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Hey, Reason.
He's gonna make the team. Scarlett gonna make the team though, from what I'm told too. So what up,
Well,
Irving?
yeah, I
So it's a
agree.
legitimate
Oh,
3
he-
down back then, basically.
Who? Dokes?
Yes.
I think he can
Yes,
be
Dokes.
eventually.
Yeah, I think he can be, but I don't think he'll start out as one. Let me put it
Right.
that way.
Right.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you go look at his 40 time, I think he was a 4.58. Ricky ran a 4.57.
Emmett Smith was never fast either.
Like, people forget.
Until
I love Ricky. I love Ricky. If you were a Dolphin fan and you remember the Ricky Williams era, how many times did he get caught up to?
right.
A couple.
Oh, wow.
He got caught
Many
up to.
times.
yeah.
Many
Yeah.
times.
But see, Dokes has the one.
He had a
thing
few
he
200-yard games. That Buffalo
Yeah.
game, he had one.
Oh yeah, but he would get caught up inside the 10 or at the 5.
Right. Yeah.
Like he would
he'll
get
get
caught.
tripped up.
He'd get
Yeah.
caught.
Oh,
Shout out
man.
to Jose
Hey,
Valdez. He donates $5. He says he's eating too many fat Cuban sandwiches,
Oh
bro. I'm glad you put Cuban after fat, bro. 'Cause I remember your donation on Larry's show. So appreciate
Hey,
it.
but reason. Here's
Hold
the thing. that-
on. Irving's been trying to ask a question. Go ahead, Irving, and then you can ask.
No, I'm saying.
Todd.
I know. I'm saying reason. Jean Pierre.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, Lemuel Jean Pierre.
Lemiel Jean Pierre.
Yeah, he was a center. He played with the Seahawks from
Yeah,
2010
dude, the
to
center
2015.
Seahawks. Okay.
And he played for the Lions in his last year. And he was his first coach. He was an assistant offensive line coach with the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, I thought it was
2018,
Tom Cable.
2019.
I thought it was
Tom
Baltimore.
Cable.
Yeah, he started.
Whatever.
Yeah, he started out with the Seahawks, and then he went on with the Oakland Raiders, and then of course he joined the
As an assistant.
Changaley's
Yeah.
as an assistant.
I think he was more of a Flores guy, right? But hey, that's even better than I'll take the Baltimore Ravens or the Oakland Raiders in that case because he was what years was he there
for which team?
with the Raiders?
Oh, 2018 and 2019. So he was
So
there for
the
a couple
back
years.
end of the prime, for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna say, Todd? Sorry.
I was going to say the only thing I would do different would be I don't think Smythe would make the team. I think Ethan Carter is ahead of him.
Right.
He can play tight
Yeah,
end.
but
He
are
can
you
play
carrying 4
fullback
tight
and-
ends? Are you
Yeah,
carrying 4?
Possibly, because then you get Ethan Carter could play fullback and special
Right.
teams.
I was just thinking that.
Okay, so hold on.
could
Let's just say it's hold on. 2 quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Let's do some math. 2 quarterbacks. Remember, got to fill a 50-man roster, right?
Right.
53 man. So 2 quarterbacks, okay?
Mhm.
4 running backs. That takes us to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many receivers? I'm saying 7, so that takes us to 13. All right.
7? Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
taking
8.
7. Oh,
Okay.
that's a lot, bro. So where am I at? I'm at 13 right now. Okay, let's leave
Yep,
tight end
yep.
till the end. So I'm at 13 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm probably only keeping Jackson at left tackle. I'll keep Kenley and Davis. So that takes me to 16. Skura and Dieter. That takes me to 18. Hunt and Eichenberg and Fluker takes me to 21, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna need another offensive lineman probably.
So in the ballpark,
So-
11 to 12 linemen.
Yeah, Austin,
That's a lot,
Kinley,
too.
Davis, Skura, Dieter, Hunt, Eichenberg, Fluker is 8. And then I'll probably keep one more guy.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's just
fair.
throw that to 9.
Let's
So
say
you're looking at about-
Luminaire.
That takes me up
Luminaire.
to yeah, Illuminaire. They're perfect.
Mm.
No, not Panky ain't making this team. And then Illuminaire because he's a Patriots guy. That's a good call. And he can play both guard positions, okay? So now I'm at 22. All right? So am I going to carry 4 tight ends to bring that up to 26 offensive players?
See, reason that's why I'm saying we needed that spare
What if they
receiver
want
because of the
what if they
injury.
want to keep a fullback?
Well, that's what Ethan Carter does too.
Well, Carl Tucker does it too.
Yeah, and Carl Tucker is actually really good at fullback.
Carl Tucker, you want to talk about a blocker, bro?
Yeah.
Carl Tucker, you want me to be bold? Carl Tucker might be the outside of the offensive line, and maybe if you include some of our offensive linemen, he might be the best pass blocker on the team.
Damn.
Well,
Go watch him at Bama, bro. Go watch him at Bama.
Well, pencil him in then. If that's the case, you got to pencil him in.
And he played tight end in North Carolina. He's caught touchdown passes from
Yeah,
Sam
yeah,
Howell.
I remember that.
Yeah. He has good hands, man. So
yeah.
I think
Bro,
it's
go
only
watch him
going to
at
be 3 tight
Bama.
ends. I think
Go
it's gonna
watch
be
him
3
at
tight
Bama,
ends.
bro. He helped to a lot, bro.
Hey, there's going to be
Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Now, if they're taking, I'm telling you right now, if they're taking 4 tight ends, Smythe is probably beating out Ethan Carter.
Which would be crazy because they literally brought in Ethan for his
Ethan would have to win the fullback.
ability.
Would have to win the fullback. Yeah, he'd have to win the fullback, and then he could be special team / a fullback.
I'll probably go with the cheaper
then
option.
But in that, if you're going to do that, then you just keep the 3 tight ends
and cut Smythe.
Yeah, because he's good at blocking, but and he's okay at receiving.
True.
He doesn't do anything else besides that. The other guys are more flexible, which is what Coach Flo does like a lot.
Yeah, I think Tucker's a better blocker than Smythe, and I think I think Carter could potentially be a better receiver than Smythe.
And both of them could do special teams probably better than Smythe.
Precisely as pass protectors for the punter.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'll be tough to let him go, but he's still on his last year, so it won't be too much of like a second thought.
Money.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't cost any money letting him go.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I'll say is in regards to that New England game, I think that's going to be harder than the Bills game, but the players we really need to step up. We need Hunter Long to be like a integral part in that New England game, in my opinion. For his blocking and being able to, space to fill. And Jalen Waddle, I think that game is going to be a lot more difficult than the Bill games too, because Jalen Waddle and Albert Wilson probably are going to be the only guys we can use to space to fill. But Will Fuller come back versus the Bills, so we'll have like a more players in the arsenal.
Full complement.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think we really need Hunter Long and Waddle in that game to really show up to give us a fighting chance at
especially when Fuller won't be on the field.
Exactly.
So who's gonna be starting week one? Who's gonna be on the boundary for Will Fuller? Is it gonna be Preston or is it gonna be
Wilson?
like?
I think it might
Wilson,
be Preston.
Right?
I think it might be Preston.
It could be Wilson though.
Don't shortchange Waddle. He can play boundary too.
Yes,
yeah, but
can.
he's most likely going to be in the spot week one, though. He's going to be in the spot week one.
Yeah,
so,
the talk is right now Albert Wilson's getting boundary reps. That's why I had him out there. If you go to my depth chart, that's why I had him at Z. Sorry, I had him at Y. Right. I had him at Y, but I said he could go out and play the Z. Because the talk is right now he's going to be playing out boundary.
Exactly what Reason said.
Yeah, it depends.
Reason was on point.
Yeah.
Reason was on point when he said you could move Wilson from that Z, bring him to the backfield, bring him in motion. That's what he does.
He's a weapon. Mm-hmm.
Do y'all
We're gonna mimic what KC does.
Change them too.
What happened, Josh?
Do y'all think we'll use Waddle out of the backfield just to kind of like on a sweep or like an or something like that versus the Patriots to try and see if we can
occasionally.
I'm only using Waddle traditionally how you would want to use a speedster like that. on the jet sweep tosses that Jakeem Grant used to get. That's what I'll use Waddle for. On those pick plays, that's what I'll use Waddle for. On the one-on-one matchups, that's what I'll use Waddle for. Yeah, but the actual gadget plays where you're using him as like an option running back or maybe a decoy. Maybe that's what I'll use him for. We're going to shut them in the backfield, but nothing else crazy.
Martin, do you remember last year when Kansas City got us? Remember the play that iced the game?
That was it.
Tyreek, yeah.
Tyreek out the backfield going for that short little pass on the side and gets the extra couple yards.
Yeah,
I could see those type of plays with a Wilson or a Waddle.
They kill people with that every week too.
That's
like
a go-to play, yeah.
Third and one, 4th and 1. How they killed us with Tyreek Hill on that 4th and 1 where he did that out route or whatever, and Patrick Mahomes just dumped it off to him. I think if we get in a short yard situation, I think
I remember that. Yeah,
do that for us in the New England game. If our running back
that's a good point,
moving the chains,
Yeah, I don't think people understand if Wilson was with Miami last year, how much better Tua's numbers would have looked.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Especially
look at Herbert. He had 2,000 yards worth of yak.
That's for completion.
Yeah, you had 2,000 yards worth of yak from Justin Herbert, and Tua was bottom of the league for having yak. I think that's gonna completely flip this year with the type of dynamic players we have. So.
With Fuller, Waddle, and even Hunter Long, bro. Hunter Long is a vertical threat. Obviously with tight ends, they're not too much mentioned with like going vertical or more like horizontal type of receiving targets. But Hunter Long, up the seam, corner routes, wheel routes, bro. That guy's gonna be eating, bro. He's going to
be on those wheel routes too, Dokes, yeah.
The reason I haven't been able to see every one of the whole show on every time because of work this last couple of weeks. Did you see that article about Hunter Long about what scouts are saying about him?
Yeah. About the Gronk? You're talking about the Gronk comparison?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't see that.
The closest guy in that drafted Gronk was Pat Freiermuth.
Oh, I agree with you. I was just shocked that they even put that with Hunter Long.
I'm not. Clickbait.
Hunter, but honestly, Hunter Long is deceptively good, bro. He just doesn't look like he'll be that good, but he's actually that good.
And he's physical.
I like Hunter.
He's physical, and that's what we need. We need physical players out there week 1 playing versus the Patriots.
Look, and call me crazy, bro, but I want to see all my offensive rookies out there. I want to see Jalen Waddle out there week 1, Hunter Long out there week 1, Jared Dokes out there week 1.
Martin, you being a quarterback, they always say the tight end is the quarterback's best friend. Well, what about a tight end that runs his routes accurately like Hunter Long?
That's actually. That's beyond the best friend. That's like, all right, bro, you ready to tag team this one chick right now? Like that's literally what you want as a quarterback, a big target that can actually do damage. That's why when we were talking earlier in the draft about Kyle Pitts and how he was a matchup nightmare, right? Look. When you have big guys who can just outrun a linebacker and outsize a safety, bro, you're talking about a free-for-all type of passing range as far as the catch radius for these guys. You put it in a vicinity, man. They go and get it, especially a Hunter Long who showed repeatedly on his film, like this guy goes after the football, bro. Like he's a contested catcher.
But here's the thing.
In his last year he actually had he finally had a good passer too.
But here's the thing though, with our rookies, Dokes, you could arguably say he's the best blocking running back on our team already. And Hunter Long is probably the best route running tight end in our tight end room.
I have a question.
Already.
Reason and the whole panel.
Dude, I might run better routes than Gesicki, so I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, Sharif.
Our offense last year was, and then how we are interchangeable game to game. Sometimes we run 54 times, sometimes we pass 54 times. We do whatever it takes to win. Is it much more predicated on the offensive line to play well when we're interchangeable with Tua?
Well, I don't understand. What's the question here? What do you mean interchangeable with Tua?
Like, we can change half to half as we've seen, and we can change game to game and how we run or all pass. But the thing is, it's still dependent on this young offensive line. Is that the case to you guys?
Well, that's what I said earlier, right? I said I've said this before, and I said it tonight. We will only go as far as our offensive line takes us.
Yes.
Because we're interchangeable offense, which makes us more difficult to know coming in as a rookie.
And to answer your question, Hammer, yes, Will Fuller can play in the preseason.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Fuller. That's when I'll give
Shout out to Pyro. Shout out to Pyro with the baby avatar. One of my favorite DBZ villains.
That's my favorite DBZ villain too.
What's up, Pyro?
Yeah, well, I guess DBGT. My bad. So,
yes, GT. Hey, y'all people need to start shitting on GT, bro. That's good.
Yeah, it's actually good.
GT was savage, bro.
It's better than Super. Better than Super.
Say that.
Hold on, yo, whoa.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'll discuss that backstage. Bro. I got my case.
Whoa.
GT is savage, bro.
Bro, but the Zamasu arc, bro, and
that's only it. That's it.
Come on, bro. Z-Man, we'll talk. Bro, don't worry, I'll get that ass when we get backstage. Don't worry.
He's trash. He's trash.
One Punch Man will put you to sleep. One Punch Man will put you to sleep. That's it.
Stop it. One Punch Man is fire.
Yo, Goku would absolutely destroy One Punch Man, bro.
No, he would not.
I don't know.
Don't sleep on Piccolo.
Pyro.
Don't sleep on Piccolo.
Yeah, on Piccolo. Pyro, because I know you watch them like I do. It's not Superpower Beatdown, but it's who's the company that did like Superman versus Goku and stuff?
Death Battle.
Death Battle. I'm pretty sure they did One Punch Man versus Goku and Goku won.
I don't think they did, but I have to go look at it again.
If we just talking about hand to hands, it's undeniable. Goku got a power up. One Punch Man don't need no powers. He just needs just a day.
Ultra instinct. Ultra instinct. You don't need to power up.
Well, let me just tell you. Let me just tell you why I think One Punch Man.
All right, yo, we'll talk about this backstage.
Hey guys.
I was gonna go in depth. Okay, okay.
Take it easy. I'll be up at 4 in the morning.
All right.
Take it easy.
Good one.
Be safe, man. Good night.
All right, bro.
Good night, man.
Have a good one.
Good night. Good night. Have a good one.
KC said the Ravens will have a losing season, bro. You are smoking the goody good, huh? I don't think so,
man,
bro.
Let him have it. Let him have his, fantasy right now. It's we all gonna,
The only way that happens is if Lamar gets hurt.
I love how Tua is in the middle of two wide receivers right here. I just love that, right? Take a picture of that.
It's the same guy,
Sharif, are you okay? You okay, Sharif? Because last night you was lit.
That was Saturday.
Hey, man, I gotta go back.
Bro, and then fucking Sharif, bro, I almost took your wrench away, bro. This guy posts this long-ass comment in Larry's comments on his video, and then he fucking copy and paste the same shit on my video, bro. I deleted that shit so quick, bro. Gone, bro.
What?
The thing about the thing about it is, I'll say it Boxton.
Bro, don't start that nonsense.
I didn't want to say the names of any of the reporters, but I can tell you, Mr. Webb knows. He knows one of them who I mean, the real bitch. And I would
Bro, don't speak for Richmond, bro. You don't even know the guy, bro.
No, but I know because he knows one of those ones, and he probably knows who I mean.
It's my fault for bringing this up. It's my fault.
My thing is,
it is.
Don't try to mess up my team. because you can't get your information right. Don't try to mess up my team.
Bro, y'all tried to shit on Omar Kelly for saying X was on the trading block back in October. Then it comes out from Barry Jackson that he okayed a trade just a couple weeks ago, bro. Back in October.
It's not even Omar. I
don't mind his takes
Omar.
either,
People
man.
just don't like him. It's not Omar.
I don't mind Omar's takes, man.
It's
the only one is Armando, bro.
Hey, they made
there's
a couple of them. They made fools of
Harold, right?
I'll say this: they made fools of themselves in minicamp at the podium, and they tried to make a fool out of Gesicki. They tried to pry into this team, and a couple of them made.
Gesicki going Hollywood, bro. Bro, this guy. First of all, I know for a fact he only came out to one training session out of all the sessions Tua had with his O-line and receivers during the offseason. That speaks volumes. Number two, who saw that video of the media day thing where he says, "Oh, I want to do this all without my helmet on. I don't want to ruin my hair."
Oh yeah.
Fucking guy, bro.
I
told you what I've been telling y'all.
He's a wide receiver, man.
Watching him play
That's
with his
ultra
hair,
diva.
doing media availabilities. Bro, this guy's going Hollywood and he ain't done shit, bro.
I think
You know
That's what wide receivers
what
do,
point of
man.
that?
That's
beyond.
That's like
That guy
Terrell
ain't
Owens.
getting that guy. I'll tell you all right now, that guy is not getting paid here, bro.
he became.
I'm just saying what it all started.
This guy's more worried about running through
They're gonna pay him,
garages
Reason.
and catching footballs over a house. I'll tell you,
They're gonna pay him.
how much you want to bet?
He became a slut man.
I got
since he got
kids.
that girl.
I got kids too. I'll put 100 on that, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you right now. Bro, do you know if you franchise tag him, that's $11 million?
You don't think they're gonna franchise tag him either, though? I think they're gonna keep.
The best he would get is where's the $11 million coming from?
Yo, that's true. We can't even sign these goddamn rookies.
Bro, and the transition tag is like $9.5 million.
Reason.
He's not making like. There's no way they pay Gesicki 11 to 13 million a year.
What if Hunter Long stinks up the joint?
What's your excuse? He's a rookie.
Right, yeah, good point.
Well, go look at what was Gesicki in his. I mean, what was Kelsey in his rookie year? What was Darren? Look at Darren Waller's top 3 tight end. My favorite. I go back to before he played Las Vegas. I told all y'all all year. Darren Waller's my favorite tight end in football, bro. What was he in his first couple of years? I know the drugs played a little bit to do with that. But what was Darren Waller in his first couple of years? George Kittle wasn't what he is now right out of the gate, too.
That's true.
Tight end's one of the harder positions to grasp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you would be upset if we re-sign Gesicki. I don't think I'd be upset.
I wouldn't be upset.
Okay.
But I'm not. I don't want them. There you go.
Ever since he got that
if y'all think he's worth $13 million, bro,
for him to sip that money on
like
her.
7,
bro, I got Oceanside Beach View. And none of it to sell you, bro. All right, none of it. If y'all ever know what none of it is, go check out what none of it is, bro.
You pay a guy like that.
What got me off of him is the fact that he shies away from physical contact. I don't like that.
Dude, you pay a guy like that.
My issue is here's the thing. What can Kittle, Kelsey, and Waller do that he can't? Block. And run damn good routes.
Who would be available if we don't re-sign him and Hunter Long stinks up the joint? I mean,
you know how good the tight end
he's the best of what's left, I think.
Bro, this is one of the deepest tight end classes coming out in the draft next year.
Charlie Collier is honestly better than Gesicki right now. If you ask me, Charlie Collier out of Iowa State, he does damn near everything Mike Gesicki does. He just doesn't have those off the wall acrobatic one-handed catches all the time. But better route runner, better sure hands. Doesn't talk at all. Like he's just head down, work first.
Right.
I think Weidermeyer's better, bro.
from A&M.
Like than Gesicki. Yeah. I think Weidermeyer is definitely better. That guy's gonna be a freaking beast, bro. I think you're right with Kohler. I think what's his face? The guy whose last name starts with a B.
Billingsley out of Alabama.
Yeah, he's a beast, bro.
Yeah,
Billingsley is a beast too, bro.
Yeah, Billingsley, that man is.
But I still think Hunter Long is gonna work out though. I think Hunter Long is gonna. Somebody vacuuming, bro?
Pyro, bro.
Somebody got sucked into the cleaner, bro.
He's playing Battlefield. He got some crumbs on his shirt. So he
Pyro, the girl blast, but you don't got
Tyler knows, bro. Tyler in the comments. I see you.
Somebody wife said, "Clean that shit up."
Clean that shit up, man.
He's just checking to see if his new Dyson works. His new Dyson's back. He had to check it out.
On the floor.
Shout out to Tyler in the comments.
Cap, I appreciate the $5 donation. But what's next? It's all about Yamcha, bro. Come on, son.
Oh, I love Krillin. The Destructo disc.
The biggest thing Krillin did was land the android, bro. Other than 18, he ain't done shit, bro.
That's the reason why he got Android 18, bro.
And then in GT, when he grows that mop, bro, oh my god, bro, what are you saying?
He might not be
Krillin is trash.
Win that life.
Whack. It's garbage.
I could beat up Krillin.
Every Earthling in GT
can't beat up 18 though.
Every Earthling in GT is trash, man.
Yeah.
When Z came around, they failed. They dropped off the cliff. They was all right. In the original Dragon Ball. As soon they put that Z on that title, trash. All of them.
Bro, well, hold on. Pyro. What were you vacuuming, bro? We all want to know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, bro,
is he coming over?
Yes,
coming over.
Put some ashes on the carpet, bro.
Coming over, Pyro.
He spilled his cornflakes.
That's a need to know basis, and you guys don't need to know.
He's coming over, man. Is she coming over right now? What's going on?
Listen, bro, I got a private jet.
Bro, you ain't got no private jet. You on that Metro phone plan? Get out of here, bro.
I got a private jet. I got a private
prepaid
jet.
phones, but you got a private jet. Get out of here, bro.
I got a private jet.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
In Grand Theft Auto, that's it.
Oh, by the way, man, with Jared Dokes, right? I'm starting to believe that they're gonna be trying to see if he can kind of like sharpen himself off of Gaskin and Malcolm Brown, because like we keep saying, Jared Dokes is arguably the best blocking running back we have, and he has surprisingly great hands. And the only notch you can really give Gaskin over everyone else is his ability to always be in the right place at the right time as far as executing the plays, and he also has very good hands as far as formidable catches. But if Jared Dokes can display any type of whether it be nudge or what have you over Gaskin as far as the hands department, and then learning the plays and never missing an assignment type stuff, bro, by mid-season, bro, like I think Jared Dokes might take that over, bro, if he really catches on quick enough. But I don't know. I think he might be one of our secret kind of gems, bro. Like come like mid-season, even before that, like he might be that dude.
I'm not expecting Dokes to do nothing. I ain't gonna lie. He's the 7th round for a reason. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm all on the Gaskin board. Yeah, I just want to see what he got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how long he can last. That's really, you know what I mean? So if Dokes do anything like, you know what I mean, what we're hoping and seeing so far, great. You know what I mean? But 7th round, the 7th round, you know what I mean? He wasn't Najee. You know what I mean? So good luck.
Yeah, but look at Gaskin, bro. Gaskin was a 7th round pick.
I know, and then
he
I'm
worked his
rolling
way.
with that. Yeah, so that I seen that I know, you know what I mean? So, and he's the best of, at least to me, he's the best of what we got. And every time I did see him last year, he really didn't disappoint. He didn't wow me, you know what I'm saying? But
he was highly effective.
Highly effective. You know what I mean? So I'm banking on that. You know what I mean?
But I think Jordan Scarlett was a 4th rounder. I think.
For the Dolphins or
no, for Carolina when they drafted him.
Okay.
And then like I said, if Sony Michel gets cut, like the rumors are, you don't see Flores jumping all over that. We already put in a waiver claim for Kerryon Johnson, and if not for the Eagles, Kerryon Johnson would be a Dolphin right now.
Yeah, potentially.
I think just because of that.
Well, no, not potentially. We were next in the waiver claim line for him.
Damn.
Yeah, he'd be a Dolphin, bro.
It's just unfortunate how uncomfortable we are with the running back position right now.
Did y'all see that video of Najee?
Yeah, that's true.
Did y'all see that video of Najee? Did y'all see the video of Najee at the
Yep, I saw it.
The draft.
At the draft?
Yeah, he sounded like he was about to cry.
What happened?
I'll show it. Hold on, I'll show it.
You wanted to
Reason, by the way, are you gonna show that Waddle clip they had today of him?
I'm about to show that right now. I'm about to show it right now.
Nice.
I literally pulled it up. So this is Waddle today.
all over this shit.
This was Waddle today. This is Waddle today.
Right. Yeah.
So it really looks like he's limping out there, huh?
Nah.
You know
what you mean? You saw that stutter right up there. Look at that. That's limp.
I was about to say that's a part of the drill.
That's a limp.
Yeah.
That's a limp.
Yeah.
Or he just got the pimp stop with it.
I told y'all he walks with the pimp limp. I told y'all. And then Brian Flores came out and said that's just the way he walks when Omar asked about it.
He's a little sluggish in his breakaway, so I don't know.
Bruh.
Whatever, bro.
That man is gonna be extra explosive.
He's gonna be a hell of a route running too, man.
Hell yeah.
He's already a hell of a route runner. I can't wait.
Damn. That's actually
quiet too, though.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking about, bro.
Kind of quiet, which I like.
Right. He's
you
like,
if it was a problem, if there was issues and he dropping balls and he's not sharp, we would
have heard about it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Bro, and what have you heard? That he has some of the best chemistry with Tua right now. Brian Flores raving about how quickly he's picking up the playbook. Isn't it interesting that I get told privately that the playbook's complicated and confusing from other players, yet Tua and Jalen Waddle seem to be two of the guys picking it up the easiest, and they came from a pro system?
Alabama concepts, easy. Yeah.
You're going to have to start dropping smarter players.
Potentially could have been Najee, but we ain't going to speak on that.
We ain't going to speak on that.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to show you the video.
I'm having with Phillips.
This is the Najee.
He all right.
This is we're going straight.
They go sell.
Dragon Ball villains.
They go sell.
Hey, everybody need to change their pick.
All right, hold on a sec.
What about Broly?
I'm gonna show Broly. I'm gonna show this video. Everyone needs to quiet down because I want to show this video talking and stuff. So here you go.
Chilling. I mean, like hella happening right now, bro. I bet they like, ooh, they just moving around everything. You know, I'm feeling like calm, cool, like just hanging. Really just waiting on the name to be called.
Miami Dolphins select Jalen Waddle.
Oh, Waddle! Let's go!
It was just excitement, you know, really. Just a whole bunch of excitement. That's helping too out, for sure. A perfect fit. It was just like a surreal moment. Really can't like just bottle up, like all type of emotions go through your head and things like that. It's a good ass pick, boy. Yeah, it's cool as hell.
Right, so Najee, and then there's another part I'll show too where they actually where they show when they make the Phillips pick. Look at this. Let me bring that up. So that's the first part.
This is heartbreaking.
Man, if we got Najee and Waddle, like,
shut the fuck up. Shut up,
man. I thought, hey, Pyro, I was in my feelings, and I thought of you when I seen that video when Reason posted it.
Everybody, shut the fuck up.
Hey, Pyro's voice is deep, but in his head, he's like,
shut the fuck up.
Oh man.
like
what's
Juicy
the
J.
reference? Say that? What's the reference? Is that Juicy J? Is that Juicy J?
Hit play, Reason. Hit play. Hit play.
Hold on, I'm bringing it up right now.
36 Mafia in the house.
Tired of this bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
This shit.
Shut the fuck up. I got too much in my
Oh man, you a trip, bro.
Bro, Pete, you tripping. You tripping.
It's gonna be all good. We're gonna get him in 4 years on the cheap because he's gonna be.
Oh, here you go.
Shut the fuck up.
What's Pete saying now, bro?
4 years on the cheap.
Shut up. Shut up.
We're gonna have Devontae Smith.
I don't hear that. I don't hear that bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
At least you're gonna have the Baja Blast.
Oh,
Go make us some more smoothies.
I know
bro.
that's Z. That's Z, man. Oh, Z, man. I'm about to fucking blow a gasket on your ass, bro. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Don't you dare bring no Baja Blast.
All right,
no taste.
Here you
No
go.
taste, man.
Here. All right, everyone. This is check this clip out.
And then we got Miami.
Waddle, me, and Tua. Reunited? Like, that's perfect.
Oh,
Go Marcus and them, man.
Damn!
Bro,
Yeah.
let's talking.
Miami's taking the pass rusher. Jalen Phillips.
Oh,
they picked Jalen?
I feel like, oh, shit. I'm like, there's a chance I'll go in the second round now.
Damn, I wish he did go to the second
There you
round.
go. He literally said, "Oh shit, bro." There
My goodness. My goodness.
If we could have got him, like, man,
Man,
if we would have got Najee, it would have been.
We would have Baja Blast.
It would have been lights out.
Y'all, shut the hell up. What the fuck y'all talking about? If we could have got, shut up. We didn't get him. Shut up.
Oh man.
Now the Steelers don't got an old line, and they got.
now he's got that beautiful O line in Pittsburgh to run behind.
What
Bro, they just released
Imagine
they just
gone.
DeCosta.
Yeah, but DeCastro's retiring. That's why.
Ponce's gone. Bill in the way.
They signed Trey Turner like the same day that they released him.
True, yeah. Damn, that's crazy, man.
Imagine we get Najee Harris off his rookie contract.
4 years,
Bro.
Hold on, baby, it's coming.
Bro, but I'm just saying that clip.
Yes, Martin. Yes, Martin.
Yeah, honestly, that clip right there kind of summed up what everyone expected as far as what Miami was gonna do at 18. But again, this goes to show. I think Brian Flores has a bigger voice in the draft room than we actually assume, because Jalen Phillips is clearly.
Well, we tried
one
to
of
trade
those
up
picks.
for him. We tried to trade up for him. We tried to trade,
and we
with
couldn't.
Minnesota.
Yeah, we couldn't.
They were just trying to squeeze us. That's all.
But again,
and we still got fleece. We still.
I think that pick at number 6. I think that pick at number 6. I think that pick at number 6 was more so a Ross or a Greer pick than it was a Flores pick. And then I think that pick at 18 was okay. We got our guy at number 6. Now you get your guy at 18. And then they obviously tried to trade back into the 20s, but it was already, written that, nobody was going to trade with us.
If they could trade up, or the 36, if Javonte was on the board, we would have had a running back.
Yeah, and even at 36, the pick with Javon Holland, I think that was still a Flores pick. He was
playing B. He was playing B. That's what
I think they literally. I really don't think that Ross has anything to do with any of the picks. I really think he lets Flores and Greer take care of that.
He did with Tua.
Well, I think that's probably the only one he was maybe screaming. Well, other than Lamar Jackson, I heard he was pounding the table for Lamar Jackson.
He was,
but I think it's like a you go, you know what I mean? I go kind of thing with Flores and Greer. Me personally, you know what I mean? I think Flores has his guys, and then Greer got his guys, and then they just, all right, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Me
It feels
personally,
like it.
I think it's a collaborative kind of thing. I don't necessarily think, you know what I mean, Flores is you know, saying like, hey, we have to take this guy and that's that. You know what I mean? I don't really think it's that kind of vibe.
But this is also something to consider, right? At the 36th overall pick, the players that are available, if we understand and we know that we're expecting Tua, we're like from that 6th pick, we're saying, okay, we're riding with Tua, right?
Right.
But when you look at what Tua does best is when he has time, when he can work the pocket, he will dissect any type of defense you put in front of him if he has that 1 or 2 more seconds.
Right.
Why not as a coach put that ego to the side real quick as far as the guy you want as a safety coach and get Tevin Jenkins.
I know.
So you will never overpay for an offensive lineman again because Liam Eichenberg.
Well,
over
one thing I will say to that. One thing I will say to that is Flores is a defensive coach. Greer is just a GM. He's never been on the field like that to kind of understand or feel like what might be more important.
He was a scout.
That's what.
You know what I mean?
He was the head of the Dolphins
a scout is, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different than actually being a coach and being in there and on the bus and going to game and being in the room and game planning and, you know what I'm saying, being at the practice and things like that. So I think Flores is more of a defensive minded, you know, kind of coach, and not for nothing. If you really think about it, defense is our calling card. That is what got us to where we were last year.
10 wins. Yeah, I agree. The defense
so,
turned it up by week 3.
Yeah.
But people discount this offense.
There's so much I want to say, but I can't say it right now. It's hilarious.
We need a voice. We need a voice for this offense. Like Flo, like from seeing what's coming out now, like maybe Flo just doesn't care about Tua. Didn't want to set him up.
You know what's crazy? Me and EM talked about this. So if you think about it, Raxion, Klump was wrong with one thing. If we have to get a new OC next year, that's actually our 6th. For some reason, people keep forgetting Jim Caldwell.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. He was in
everyone keeps. Let me hit you with this. EM talked about this with me, and I said it to. Don't you find it weird how Jim Caldwell walked away and then he came right back and said, "I'm ready to coach again"?
For the Texans, right?
This is a guy who, as a coach and as a coordinator, he's been to the Super Bowl.
True.
Okay?
Right.
Is it far-fetched to say he didn't like what he was seeing behind the scenes? He didn't like how this is going? Because I've told y'all, I've been able to say this, that from what I hear, Flores is insanely controlling. Okay. Another deeper quote that I was told was he likes everyone to know that he's the alpha and you follow him. Jim Caldwell's got a proven track record. Let me put it this way. If Jim Caldwell was still here and the tires fell off this year, Jim Caldwell could be a threat.
Right. Interim.
Bro, this sounds like
let me ask you
talk, bro.
No, but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though. Why could we not land? Why? Okay. Caldwell leaves. He sells everyone in that front office on bringing on his boy Chad O'Shea. O'Shea flops. Turns back around. Goes to Fitzpatrick. Asks Fitzpatrick. They bring a fucking decrepit, old, prehistoric coordinator out of retirement.
Wasn't that bad, man.
It failed.
Bro,
he was terrible.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Hold on. I'm not done. He fails. Okay. He couldn't even lure the offensive coordinator under Dabo Sweeney for a massive step in his career to come up and be the offensive coordinator for us. He couldn't bring in Matt Canada. He couldn't bring in the quarterback's coach over in San Francisco. He couldn't bring in anyone reputable. He had to promote within when they were searching high and low. Okay? If these guys don't get it done, what's the next move?
I think
there is no evidence. There's no evidence that anyone can cling to, lean on, hold on to that can say he can bring in a veteran, proven, winning coordinator. There's none.
That's up to Tua now. That's up to Tua now. Then.
So what do you
What's
think?
the next move? What's the next move? You fire them and promote Charlie Fry?
Yep.
And some people were trying to say that, we couldn't land, a top caliber OC because Tua just isn't a good quarterback. Like, come on, what are you talking about? The guy had Brian.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is my theory. This is based off of what I'm hearing. Okay, this is my own theory. This is not something I've heard. This is what I'm telling you. If this Flores thing don't work, okay, and Tua is still around, I can almost guarantee. I'm not saying he'll sign on, but I can guarantee you they will make a run at Nick Saban. I will guarantee you they make a run at Nick Saban. You don't have to switch up the defensive schematics or the personnel. You have his quarterback already here.
The weapons.
I like Flores. I don't even want to think about it.
He loves him and Steven Ross. If I told there's stuff I could tell you that would change your whole perception on Flores. He likes him and Ross love each other. Him and Greer get along, so Greer could save his job. I'm just saying, if the wheels fall off with Flores, not saying they will. I'm saying if they will, we will make a run at Nick Saban. I can guarantee you that.
But do you really think Saban would come back?
What's there left for Saban? What's there left for Saban to do in college right now?
Nothing.
There's nothing left for him to do. If you offer him more money, his quarterback, a defense already built in the image of what he has at Alabama,
they can win.
He'll try and do what Pete Carroll did. People forget how bad Pete Carroll was when he was with the Patriots.
Well, imagine if Urban Meyer had success too.
Say that. Hey, Reason. You basically just said what I was gonna kind of double up on as far as bringing Nick Saban back, because when like you said, Pete Carroll with the New England Patriots, not too great. He goes to USC, turns that program around completely. And then he jets to the Seahawks. Same method he did at USC. He implemented with the Seahawks. Super Bowl champions in 3 years. Now with Nick Saban, same type of scenario. Not so great in the league. Goes to college. Completely flips an Alabama program into an absolute dynasty, right? If he brings that same stuff to the league, and now with past experience, instead of treating players like children, you treat players like men. Finally, maybe they'll start listening to you, and maybe things start turning into now let's make another dynasty. But
first of all, Dolphin fans need to get out of their feelings. Okay. Second of all, if he wanted to go against the medical staff and sign Breeze, and he got basically kiboshed, and he listened, and then he said, "Okay, well, I listened to them." If we would have got Drew Brees, all these Dolphin fans that hate on Dante Culpepper would be singing a far different tune.
With that defense,
even before. Oh, but my fault. Go ahead, please.
No. I was just go ahead, Martin.
I was gonna say even before Drew Brees came into the picture. In 2005, we had the number 2 overall pick. The number 1 overall pick was a toss-up. Alex Smith or Aaron Rodgers. They go with Alex Smith. We're at the number 2 overall pick. We had AJ Feely as our quarterback the year prior. Who what do you do as with the number 2 overall pick, and you just came off a season with AJ Feely as your guy? You get a quarterback, and we drafted Ronnie Brown. Now, mind you, I love me some Ronnie Brown at Auburn with Cadillac Williams. I love their fight song, which was "Let's Go" by Lil Jon. You know, during their entire season, I was jamming the whole time watching them games back in 2004. However, Aaron Rodgers out of Cal was head and shoulders the best quarterback coming out of college since Dan Marino as far as pure ability, right? But he was too arrogant for Nick Saban. That's why I said Nick Saban's going to learn a lot of lessons as far as when he left the pros to go to college and coming back into the pros. He has to understand, even if you have an ultra ego like an Aaron Rodgers that thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread and needed that humble pie in Green Bay to sit behind Brett Favre for 3 years.
See,
just make that pick, bro. Make that pick.
I have a different take on that, right?
Yeah.
Because Saban, right? We already know, even before he got to the Dolphins, you know, he turned around LSU and he did his thing, right? I think he might come back with the even bigger ego. Could be like, y'all motherfuckers ain't listening to me the first time. And look at Drew Brees, motherfucking Hall of Famer. And now that I'm back, y'all need to shut the fuck up and fall in line, single file line, motherfuckers, and listen to what the fuck I got to say. It could go that way.
Him and Tua,
That's my take. That's my take.
That'll be so terrible, bro. As far as not learning from your old mistakes and stuff.
He could double down. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I was right the whole time. I was right the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it could be like that.
You know what the difference? You know what the difference between? You know what the difference between them is? And I'm gonna say it. I would have more faith in Saban getting this offense right than I do with Flores.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
Reese,
I love what Flores is doing with his defense, though, man.
This
defense is sweet, man.
Yeah, here's a big issue I have. With the reports coming out that Brian Flores was still trying to hold that Herbert pick over the front office. When you talk about competition and the ego of a coach, right? Why not have the mindset, even though I didn't get my guy, I'm going to take this guy Tua, who I didn't even want, and I'm going to develop him into an even better player than what Herbert is. Why not have that type of mindset? I'm gonna take the guy I have, and
because it's not how he's built, bro. You gotta look at where he came. Listen, you gotta look at where he came from. He came from. It's the same. Why was Patricia ran out of Detroit for the same? Well, apparently, if you hear the stories about how he talked to players, was brutal. But Flores isn't like that. The thing is, it's all about control. Listen, let me ask you a serious question. You really think Brian Flores doesn't want Chris Greer's job?
Wow. Wow.
Think about it for a second.
Yeah.
I've been told he's insanely controlling. Okay. I've heard a story behind the scenes that would, like I said, would flip your guy's lid. Dude, he doesn't want to answer to anyone. He wants everyone to know he's the alpha in the room. Just like Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is full power. He's the GM and he's the coach.
I was going to say
Flores wants the same. Brian Flores doesn't want to. I'm telling you right now, Brian Flores doesn't want to answer to anyone except Stephen Ross.
But look what happened in Houston.
I can see that.
You know, with Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien wanted the exact same type of power. They gave it to him. He literally flushed that franchise down the drain because he didn't realize the type of responsibility. Right. He basically set us up for the home run, bro. Yeah, I know. but what I'm saying is, you literally saw exactly what happens when a coach is out of his element in the front office. Mm-hmm. So when you try to say. Not you reason, but as far as if that's going through Brian Flores' mind, I don't want to report to anybody. I want to make my own picks. I want to do this. I want to do that. Listen, we've seen that before. It does not work. There's too much to put your hands on for you to functionally run the team, run the front office, run the players, talk to the agents. No, you don't put that much on your plate. You can only drive the car. You can only drive the car in one seat. You can't drive the car in the passenger side or in the back seat. Just stay in your spot.
Before you go, Pyro, I got to say something. When you go back to what I said about I was told, quote unquote, Brian Flores doesn't like Tua being shoved down his throat. I explained to y'all why that is. It's because the Tua Tagovailoa pick, I said to Cash earlier, was a Greer Ross pick. It was out of his control.
Right.
We circle right back down to Bill Belichick's insanely controlling.
True.
Patricia's insanely controlling. You think Mike Vrabel isn't controlling over there in Tennessee, and by the clout he's been gaining by winning division and going to the playoffs consistently
and winning in the playoffs? Yeah.
That's what I'm sitting here saying. You gotta understand. Everyone wants to talk about coaching trees, but they don't want to talk about how coaching trees personalities rub off on them.
Say that, bro.
And why did he want Herbert? He wanted Herbert. Go look at Tom Brady. Herbert's closer to Tom Brady in physical stature than Tua is. Plus, he had a bigger arm than Brady. And this is my thing. I got a real issue with some of these delusional Dolphin fans. I actually had people telling me he's the best coach we've had since Don Shula. Now, I've said Brian Flores is the most invested in a coach I've been since, I believe it was Tony Sperano, I said, or something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, people want to come out and say he's the best coach we've had since Don Shula. Have you lost your fucking mind? And I'm not comparing them by any stretch of the imagination, but Adam Gase at least got us to the fucking playoffs, people.
2016.
Are y'all so locked in on mediocrity that 10-6 and no playoffs is a winning season to you? Listen, playing sports coming up for me, I was taught second place is the first loser. So what's 10-6 and not even making the fucking playoffs?
But
And
we
picking
broke it
18th
down.
overall.
No reason. We broke this whole thing down to the studs. Gase, hold on. Hold on. Well, first off, who are you saying is the best coach since Flores and Shula? Who's been better?
Nobody.
I actually like Dave Wanstead when he was here, bro. I can't lie. Early 2000 Wanstead.
Sperano.
And Sperano, yeah. When he got his clutches on the team.
Has Flores done what Sperano did? His innovation took the league by storm, and no one could stop us.
Yeah, Wildcat. All right.
But let me get to what I was gonna say is that why I have a problem with Flores being so controlling.
Gase didn't have this defense.
True.
I ain't gonna put Gase in no conversation, man.
All I'm sitting there saying is, he got us to the playoffs. Like I said, I'm not comparing them. End of the day, he got us to the playoffs. The guy's 15-17 in 2 years.
We were right
and people want to
there.
compare him to Don Shula.
Oh, we were right there. The only pushback I'm gonna give you on that is
he got us into the
broke
playoffs.
this whole thing down.
He got us into the playoffs with Matt Moore. He didn't even have the starter.
But Flores literally started from nothing, zero. Ground zero. He's like,
that's true.
That's the only thing that I can say.
That was by choice.
Right.
By choice.
By choice. We had to do it. You kidding me?
We didn't have to.
Hold on a sec. We did not have to
twisted his arm to do that.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, we did.
Hold on.
No.
We have Larry, you need to listen to what the fuck I'm saying. I never compared Gase and Flores. Listen, use your ears. God gave you ears to listen.
That's true.
I literally said I'm not comparing them, but Gase got us to the playoffs. Y'all want to anoint Flores, and he's 15-17 in 2 years. 10-6 didn't get us in the playoffs.
Hey, and who says Brian Flores is the best head coach since Don Shula? Are you fucking kidding me?
All over Twitter, bro.
347 wins.
That's real delusional.
5 Super Bowls.
Jesus.
2 Super Bowl wins. Give me
No. The best coach the Dolphins have had since then.
Since.
That's what they're saying.
Even Jimmy Johnson was better than any of the coaches that we just listed.
Yeah,
right
but
now,
what I'm sitting here and saying is all these people, bro. I would hate to be their girlfriends because they must pre-ejaculate like it's fucking left, right, and center, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, good God Almighty, man. What if now all these people saying that? What if he goes 6-11 then this year? What am I going to hear? What excuse is going to be conjured up?
That's true.
Because
I'm gonna be talking shit.
flowing in.
No, the excuses
That's
out
true.
the window.
But
This
all I
offseason,
said,
threw them excuses
and
out.
Gates was used in the sense of at least he got us to
At
the
least,
playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That's what-
Gates did good.
Only
And that's it.
And I will and I
With
will
a
say this
banged up
about
Tannehill,
Flores.
mind you.
But
True.
That's what I was trying to,
And
that's what
I-
I was trying to get at.
With a
real
banged
quick,
up
real quick.
Tannehill.
That's what I was trying to get at. Is that
Matt Moore was the one who lost us the playoff game, right?
with
Yeah.
this coming out that Flores wants more
Landry was the
control
only one who
over
showed up.
picking draft picks and stuff like that. It's like, first of all, dude, you need to first of all get your OC.
Well, I never
straightened out.
said that. I asked you guys
True.
the question. You really think he doesn't want Chris Kerr's job? Come on.
I know. I'm just saying if that's the case, that's what I say.
I would agree with
If
that.
that's the case, and if that's true, it's like first of all, you need to get your OC situation.
Get your coaching hires right.
Yeah,
exactly.
like you
Right.
trying to
Bro, and
put
get the
more-
offense, bro.
Fact.
you trying to put
Facts.
so much
Here's-
responsibility on
Here's
yourself.
Coach Brian
Yeah,
Flores.
you're struggling with picking an OC, and like you said, Reason, what have you done to even ask to swing around your weight like that? You haven't
True.
given
right.
us to the playoffs. You
There-
haven't
there's
won a
still a
playoff
lot of
game
room.
yet. You haven't won the Super
Mhm.
Bowl yet. You
There's
can't.
still-
At
there's
least
still-
That is
Belichick.
weird with this
At least
cold
Belichick has
offensive
that.
coordinators, man.
That's right.
That
That's
is
right.
fucking
But
weird.
at least my problem is at least Belichick he can say, well, I brought this team 6 Super Bowls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing
But
it
I
how
also
I
say
do it.
this. I also say this, and again, I'm not comparing them, but it is what it is. Under Gase's regime, we had a much better offensive line than what we have now.
Yes.
True.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
In
Yeah,
a
go
running
look at
game.
Jay.
In
Go
a
look
running
at
game.
JJ. Go look at
they
JJ
have
season,
Pouncey
bro.
on that line too.
Yeah,
JJ season. We look at our whole left side. We went out and signed Brandon Albert. We drafted Laramie Tunsil because he fell to us.
Mhm.
Bro, here's the
He was like
difference.
guard, right?
Guess what? Laramie Tunsil fell to us. We drafted him. Panay Sewell falls to
Yep.
us. We say, oh no, we'll take a receiver.
Mm.
Boom.
This is the thing I'll say too
And
about.
then we'll turn around and trade up to 42 and overpay to get Liam Eichenberg.
Mm.
This is
Bro,
what I'll say
with,
about
with,
Cole.
with Jenkins at 36.
And in all honesty, if Flores wins a playoff game, I think that's what will eventually get him over that
No,
hump.
just get to the
As far-
playoffs. Get to the playoffs.
Right. Get well, but
Right, yeah,
remember,
get into it.
remember our argument now is Gaze got us to the playoffs, Pirano's got us to the playoffs, Weinstein's got us to the playoffs. But what I'm saying is, if Flores gets us to the playoffs and wins a game, you know what I'm saying? That's the last stretch of will this team
Yeah, those are the two hurdles.
get to the playoffs and then win.
And win a game. Yeah.
Yes.
At least the game.
Wow.
Yes.
I remember
That-
when
that's
Warren
the
said we had a
At this point, guys, my
we had a Super Bowl
expectations
caliber
are
defense there.
my expectations is low. All I care about is getting to the playoffs. I'm not really worried about winning. Right now.
I think winning is actually something that needs to be spoken of and brought to more of a brought to a fruition, because again it's nice to make the playoffs. You know, Cincinnati Bengals with Marvin Lewis, playoffs damn near every year from 2011 to 2017 or something like that. But one and done. I'm not trying to get on that type of train, bro. If we make the playoffs, we gotta
right?
beat wherever we gotta go. We gotta go in there with the intentions of
Yo, hold on
winning.
a sec. Larry, use your ears. Again, he says y'all bitching that Flores did not take us to the playoffs. I'm bitching that people are out here anointing him as the best coach since Don Shula when he hasn't done shit. That's where I'm at.
Reason.
Like, is this hard to comprehend? Do I got to spell it out and put it on Word and put it up here for people so they can actually see what I'm saying here? This is another example of delusional Dolphin fans putting
we're
the
being
cart
objective
before the
here.
horse. Because what if You come out and you're 6'11" this year. What's your excuse then?
Tua.
That's where I'm
That's what it's
getting
gonna
at
be.
here.
It's gonna be Tua.
That's not that'd be messed up, bro.
Well,
but
that's
I
what
told
I'm
y'all, hey,
saying.
Don Shula,
People are prematurely anointing this guy and premature overrating this guy when we haven't done anything yet.
Right.
We haven't done a damn thing.
People forget.
And the crazy thing is, anyone who thinks 10-6 in the world of football, it's a business by production. Dude, does 10-6 look nice in your second year as a rebuild? Sure. If you ask Brian Flores himself, was 10-6 and not making the playoffs a success? I guarantee you that man will say no.
True. But you know what reason?
You gotta look at this.
You gotta look at this too. Reason is how we didn't went to the playoffs. We got absolutely mollywopped by the Bills.
Yeah, we got
Matt Barkley came out there and looked like he was vying for the NFL MVP against his defense.
Yeah, in a quarter.
And everyone wants to praise the defense. Where was that defense? Only the Andrew Van Ginkel's the only one who showed up to the fucking stadium.
I just think it's wise not to put Brian Flores' name to Don Shula at all yet, because Don Shula came from the Baltimore Colts, went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Jets clearly, but he already had like a winning formula, a winning resume. Yep. And as soon as he got exodus out of Baltimore Colts and he came to Miami, he made Miami winners damn near immediately with the same players, just with his winning formula.
The crazy thing is, though, I asked, what'll happen if we go 6-11? Watch how quickly people turn on him.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Watch how quickly people will turn on him.
He's a black head coach too. Hello?
And I don't even think Gase is a better head coach than Brian Flores by any stretch of the imagination. Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying the guy got to the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
He gave you results. He gave you something.
This is what I'll say about Bill Belichick, because I think when you get a head coach who starts overstepping his boundaries, look at what he was trying to do. If it was for Bill Belichick, the Patriots would have one less Super Bowl, because he was trying to get rid of Brady. And then I think it was after the loss to Philadelphia, when Tom Brady did a pretty decent job in that game.
He won the NFL MVP that year.
Rams, So when you have coaches overstepping their boundary that don't want to, have a symbiotic relationship to where they're, sharing responsibilities and duties, you get head coaches that do stuff like that. And look at what Bill Belichick has done outside of Brady. He had 4 or 5 losing seasons.
Hold on a sec. Mob Notch Films. If you think Tua cost us the Bills game, you're one of the most delusional people I've ever met.
Way.
Tua had 11 drops. If those 11 drops did not happen, Tua would have had over 525 passing yards. Ron, was Tua the one that allowed 56 points, or was that our defense?
The boys getting cut up all day. Crossing routes
They were up 28-0. Matt Barkley came in and doubled that score. Fucking Barkley.
We could have called up if it wasn't for that, because we got outscored. I think 28-20 or something like that in the second half. So, and we lost by 30 points.
See, here's the thing: people need to realize too. It's just like that. Who's that idiot that used to come up on here? The guy with the dreads that I blocked. The one who used to always talk about
or something like that.
Byron Byron covers number 2s or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yo, people need to realize neither one of them travels, so they see both. They see they see everyone. Just like if you go to the Arizona game, X was only targeted one more time than Byron was against DeAndre Hopkins. Byron Jones was on DeAndre Hopkins, not just X. But people want to just say, "Oh, X did a good job." Yo, Byron covered him too, bro. Go watch the fucking film. They cover because we don't have a corner that travels from side to side with the other team's number one, like LA does with Jalen Ramsey. They see everyone. They see a lot of guys. That's what I'm sitting there saying, bro.
Devontae Adams put a number on him.
Hey, you got two guys that can go on an island, bro. But so
I don't even think, and I don't even think we have
and you
anyone
can
that
switch
can go
up,
on an island.
No, you think so? You don't think so? Oh.
I don't think X can. X plays a dangerous game with that baiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was gonna put one of the two on an island, I'd put X on the island. Byron, I don't think and this is not just interceptions, talking about passes and breakups. I don't think his ball skills are good enough for him to be on an island.
True.
So,
yeah, I would love for you to do a breakdown on Byron, bro, because I don't think there's not a lot of breakdowns on Byron Jones out there. So,
well, when I do, I got my.
Cool,
I've been slacking, but I'm doing the Raekwon Davis stuff. Should be coming soon, and then I'm gonna do Xavier Howard's 10 interception. Then I'm gonna highlight like what read it was, what Byron was doing on the play. I'm going to be highlighting that stuff.
Cool. Can't wait to see that.
Cool. Yeah, yep. And the only small pushback I would have on the Belichick Super Bowl thing, if Pete Carroll and the Atlanta Falcons want to crap the bed in the fourth quarter, they would have 2 less Super Bowls.
Oh yeah. So I just think people overrate him in terms of like just trying to give him, that amount of credit. Because even you had last year, I believe I can't remember the guy's name, but he was talking about the Patriot way and everything, and the players like Tom Brady and some of the veterans on that team created that. That was not, solely on Bill Belichick. He was able to exploit, the leadership that those players brought in, and people want to just give him all the credit. When you look at him outside of the regime, he had like one winning season out of 5 or 6, before he had Tom Brady come and inherited some. So I mean, we just got to stop what we need to build this, Patriot way in Miami. We need to stop that. We need to build our own culture. We need a coach that will check himself, because I mean, I think he's overstepping bounds with,
And then look,
Did y'all watch any of y'all watch Ballers?
With the Rock,
and the Rock show. Do you remember when Ricky Jarrett tried? Do you remember when Ricky Jarrett tried out for the Patriots and he met up with Edelman and stuff? It was Edelman and them that brought him to the beach to run in sand. It wasn't Belichick being like, "Oh, yo, go there." Right. Like I know that's a TV show, but don't tell me that they weren't trying to give a realistic viewpoint of what the players actually do. The problem is the players. Like, here's the thing. Brady kept them all together. Why do you think Gronk said, "Screw this, I'm out"?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and he was
Edelman, bro,
less because of that. Because Tom Brady
Edelman got tired of that shit too.
Yeah, you had Tom Brady taking less money. So then Bill Belichick would use that at the negotiation table, saying, "Oh, well, we paying Tom Brady this, we can't pay you that." And now that's kind of going away, because you don't have that.
All I got to say is splurge on the defensive side of the ball.
And look, I think most people went to the Patriots anyway because they knew they had a chance to win. I mean, nobody really wanted to fucking go there.
That was it. That was the only reason.
Nobody wants to really fucking go to the goddamn Patriots, bro. I mean,
look
just
at Matt Stafford.
But you look.
Randy Moss.
People will take
you got traded.
A coach being a hard ass as long as you winning. You see, as soon as Brady left, it all just fell apart from there. They like Reason said, they stuck around because of Brady, his leadership, how he galvanized the team. That was it, man.
Well, one thing I will say though, one thing I will say, I mean, for what it's worth, you know what I mean? I do, and I don't even like talking about these motherfuckers a lot, but I think Belichick, I really don't. I hate the motherfuckers, bro. But Belichick, for his body of work, I know, right? for everything he's done for the last, 15, 16, 17, 18 years, I think it really comes down to next year. If he wets the bed again next year, everybody's gonna understand exactly who was running that motherfucking show.
They're not winning the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. They're never gonna win another
That's
Super
true.
Bowl with Bill there. I'm telling you.
I don't even think they need to win the Super Bowl. I just think they need to be the same old kind of Patriots. Yeah,
that's
they
why
just
I
got to kind of
appreciate.
get back to some of the shit that they used to do. And I think, Belichick, kind of ride off into the sunset whenever it's worth it. But if they wet the motherfucking bed again, it's over for him.
Especially after spending all that money.
Oh man,
Hey, I never
That's
seen the Patriots just throw away that money just like that.
They
panicking. He's panicking.
200 million in free agency for crying out loud.
He was like,
That's a lot
"Oh
of
shit!
money.
Oh, they're gonna expose me."
Jesus.
Yeah, real shit. Real shit.
But that's why
Look.
I have more appreciation for Don Shula, man. He had that hard personality, but he also was a player's coach. He knew when to form a relationship and when not to. The guy had it all. He's the most winningest coach for a reason.
Yeah.
That
Guys
Shula
bought
was
in.
a hard ass, bro.
He's the man, bro.
That Shula was a hard ass, dude. That guy was hard.
He was a hard ass, but
The thing is, though, he should have had. We should have been more productive.
We should have
during the Marino era, bro.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah,
man.
Our
GM
crapped the bed.
Our
GM really crapped the bed.
I blame it on the GM.
That is exactly my point. I've
Yeah, but he had a
always
lot of pull
thought
with
that we've
drafting,
had
right?
front office issues. When we had good players and a good team, we had problems in the front office. I think that's a recurring motherfucking theme, trying to find the right coach, trying to get the right motherfucking GM, trying to get the right owner, trying to get, I always thought that most of our problems were upstairs. You know what I mean?
It always was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and again, this is why I feel I don't necessarily think that, Flores is the best motherfucking coach, but he's given me the most motherfucking hope since Shula.
Is that Samuel L. Jackson on the?
I'm sorry.
All I got to say is,
All
I got to say is, I like Flores, but boy, once you know stuff, woo.
But it's actually very difficult to create that perfect storm of owner, front office, coach, and quarterback.
Yes.
And when you think about even when you do get it right, like the New Orleans Saints, you know how difficult it is to go to the playoffs so many times, go deep so many times, and lose by inches.
But the Rams, they got gypped off that Rams game. Hey, that Rams one,
that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. The Saints had everything aligned for them these last 5 years and just lose. I think you know what I mean. Beat the Rams.
They got gypped. They got gypped. Officiating gypped them, man.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, even when everything is aligned for you, sometimes it just doesn't happen for you. That's why I'm saying.
Martin,
that's why
Martin, real quick. I think what also kind of hurted us as a fan base, and the organization as a whole, is that Ross stuck with Philbin in Ireland for too long. He should have saw the writing on the wall sooner.
Yeah,
he stuck with him for too long, man.
If you ask me,
I wanted his ass out of there. As soon as he said that queasy shit, I want him out. I said, nah, he ain't it.
Motherfucker look like Herman Munster, bro.
You remember when the Dolphins? Oh shit! You remember when the Dolphins went? You remember when the Dolphins went 3-0 in 2013 when they beat the Falcons in a close game, and then Stephen Ross signed Jeff Ireland to a 3-year extension.
Yeah, I remember.
I can't even remember.
Talk about overreaction, bro.
Honestly, I was disappointed when we didn't bring back Todd Bowles after he was an interim.
Me too.
And he did really well. I think we missed the mark, bro. I think Todd Bowles would have been one of him or even Dan Campbell. Man. Like when we had those interim head coaches, we should have just gave them the opportunities, bro. But
you know what, Dan Campbell just needed more time to be groomed.
I don't know, bro. We was being
he wasn't ready yet. Look where he went. Look where Dan Campbell went after he was an intern here. He went to the Saints. to be the Saints tight ends coach.
I know.
He learned, bro. He learned under the good hand coach. He was ready then.
He know how to run Oklahoma inside.
Nah, bro. Nah. Every time, when it was their time to pick, he bust open that GM's though. He said, "Hey, I want Penise well," and he said, "Why you want Penise well?" My Oklahoma drills.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Whoever played football before, they know Oklahoma drills, bro.
Man. Hey, when he said they were gonna bust out,
run no fucking Oklahoma drills, bro.
Listen, when he said we're gonna be doing Oklahoma, I said, "Oh hell,
no.
we going back to high school."
Yeah, man, this is, man.
Pee wee, bro.
Yeah, this
Oklahoma
is
drill.
Yeah,
bro. Yo, Tunnel of Love is worse than the Oklahoma drill.
I don't know.
Oh, bro. At least in my practices, Tunnel of Love is
because Oklahoma, you can get lit up, man, if you don't turn around in time.
Right. and you don't get enough speed,
dude.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done Tunnel of Love?
What's Tunnel of Love specifically?
No, what's that reason?
Because your Oklahoma drill, you just have the pads and then they go at each other, right? Like you got the
they lay flat on their back, they flip and then they start running towards each other to make it tackle.
Yeah, but the Tunnel of Love, what we do is we take all the players on the team and we'd create 2 equal lines on each side, and basically you would start outside in the middle, like you start on this side, I start on this side. You loop around, and then I loop around the other side, and I come and we meet at the middle. Head on.
Okay.
So we're running outside the line, and then we're running inside the line, and then we meet
inside
at the middle. I wasn't allowed to take part in them, but bro, the cracks I've heard on that shit sounded like fucking lightning, bro.
And when we did Oklahoma, because I heard Martin say, whenever he did it, he was laying down. Whenever we did Oklahoma, it was a ring, right? So everybody's in a circle, and there's one dude in the middle, right? And then they just call a number, right? Like 57. Then 57 run out, and then try to hit you. You know what I'm saying? But they could call a number that's behind you. You know what I'm saying? So you need to make sure that you
turn around.
You know what I mean? So
the only reason I say the Tunnel of Love is because the force that
because you build up momentum coming around and looping in.
I don't even know if they do it, because I'm talking about like first time, like we didn't even do it when I played rep ball. So we did it.
Say it's not allowed anymore.
Yeah, we did it in high school. So I'm taking it back to 2001. I'm taking it back to like early 2001, 2000. I gotta remember, I come from like the wishbone, so that's how far back I go, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we come from that time where you got hit and you got injured. They just dragged you off the field. Like, all right, next. The practice still go on, bro. You have that on the sideline.
Hey, especially if it was a hot day. Woo!
Man.
God damn.
Bruh.
You just sitting, kneeling down by the Gatorade coolers.
Hey, listen.
I tried, coach.
Nah, listen. I be feeling little cousin pouring that shit right down my back.
Hold on a sec. Mob Notch, TD didn't want Herbert. Go back to the mock drafts. He wanted Isaiah Simmons, so you're not even speaking right, bro. Go back to the literal
he didn't
mock
want
draft.
no quarterback.
He didn't want a quarterback, bro. He wanted Derek Brown and Isaiah Simmons. That's who he wanted at 5, bro.
Right.
So you're not even speaking facts, bro. You're blowing smoke out of your ass, bro.
Right.
And look how
So shut your mouth before I send you to the unknown, and you're banned from the fucking channel, bro.
Hey, but before you do, can I explain the what is it, Mob Notch? That Tua is not trash, bro. Tua. This is so casual. Look at this fucking name, Mob Notch, bro.
Shit. There's a reason for the takeoff.
Are you kidding me? The only mob he knows about is if he gets invited to a fucking flash mob, bro. Other than that, he ain't in a mob, bro.
But flash mobs be lit though.
But it do. But just in case he might have his inquiries on if Tua is good or not, you have to put everything into context as far as what happened to him this season bro, he came off a major hip injury. He had to rehab the entire way until he was named the starter halfway through the season. His offensive coordinator was butting heads on trying to figure out how to use him. His receivers dropped everything damn near all year.
Yeah.
His best receiver was Lynn Bowden, who they just traded for. It's
Bro, he's
like,
at
bro,
60% health. Do I need to say anything else?
60% health. I
Yeah.
mean, like, I
And
don't
another
know,
thing-
bro. Like,
Hey, yo, it's
Another
real
thing,
easy.
Byron.
It's real easy for
Context
these
matters.
these casual couch potatoes to come out here and say something when they've never watched or evaluated a lick of all 22 in their life. Because you know how many scouts, how many media analysts and journalists would have lost their job over Herbert's evaluation?
All right. And
Give
look,
me a break, bro.
if Tua didn't blow his hip out, he was the number 1 pick.
Period.
Yeah,
Period.
we were fortunate
Not
to
a
get him.
question.
At that
We're
spot.
so lucky, bro.
And for everyone who is doubting Tua, right? Most of them are only comparing what Herbert did, right? They're comparing what Tua did to what Herbert did.
Go watch them both play. Go watch them play New England. Who is better? Go watch
play
when
head
he
to
came
head.
against. Yeah, bro. Dude, Herbert got all of his numbers in garbage time. Fuck out of here.
Exactly. That is that is going to be my motherfucking point right there.
Reason bring up the Saints game. Herbert was
Mob
doing
knots,
pretty good.
congratulations, you won Jabroni of the day. You can go tell whoever matters in your life you actually won something in it.
I know, right? I'm about to talk about you on YouTube, brother.
You remember the Saints game, right? He was doing pretty good in that first half. As soon as they figured him out, nothing, bro. They figured him out at the half, bro. He couldn't do nothing. They shut him down.
And Reason nailed it, man. Reason nailed it. Half of Herbert's yards was garbage time, mop up duty. The game was already fucking over. They're playing from behind. It's soft coverage. Period.
Yep.
Period.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of prevention.
And just like at Oregon, a lot of his yardage came from throws behind the line of scrimmage.
Bro, just look at this season, bro. 18% of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage, bro.
Bro, that's almost 20. That's almost a fifth of your passes, bro.
I know.
We're almost about to hit. We're almost about to hit 3 hours, and the idiots are starting to crawl out under the stone.
But truthfully, man, Tua was literally just dealt a really bad hand.
Yeah, we've gone over it ad nauseum, bro. I don't have to explain it to these fools, bro. Let's go through final thoughts, bro, because I got to get out of here, anyways. So, Martin, let's start with you, bro.
Yeah, Reason. Thanks again for having us, man. Again, another great show. And for anybody who suspects that Brian Flores, is at liberty to just be doing whatever he wants, and look, man, you literally you might have started something like as far as gaining momentum since 2019, but please let it be known. You're not the best yet. You know what I mean? There's still a lot of work to do with you. There's still a lot of work to do with the players. We still got to continue to develop the players.
Right.
And we have to move on. If you had reservations about certain players that were selected, we still have certain reservations about players that probably Flores selected directly. So I mean, let's not.
Oh, he knocked my boy Raekwon out of the park. But the only thing is, I saw that coming. If people go back to my comp on that D tackle show, I said he's Chris Jones 2.0.
Yes. And again, let's see how it goes. But I'm just hoping that the entire organization, not just the team, but the entire organization, we have to learn how to not point fingers at everyone else and just do the best that we can as an individual on a daily basis, so the collective can move as one whole. Because the more we start pointing fingers at Tua, the more we start pointing fingers at Flores, the more we start pointing fingers at Greer or the defense or Xavier or whatever, the less we're gonna have an opportunity to really go up in New England or go up in Las Vegas or wherever and go head to head with good teams. You know what I mean? We have to be a good team in order to beat good teams. Period. So I just hope we continue to work as individuals on ourselves Solomon Kinley, I'm talking to you too. Get your conditioning up, and eventually it'll come together when it needs to at the right time, and we'll be ready for war, man. So let's get it, man.
Beautifully said, Martin.
Oh, wow. Clippers showed up tonight. Jameson Bruce donates $10 to keep up the solid work. Stoked for the X News tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow, guys, me and Jeremy Klump will be live here at 8:30. We'll have exclusive news about the Xavier Howard situation and some breaking info for you guys. Unless a article drops on it tomorrow, which is we were actually worried about it possibly happening today. But we will have some info for you guys tomorrow about Xavier Howard, and we'll talk more about the complicated and confusing playbook and all that kind of stuff as well. So 8:30 tomorrow night. And then Wednesday night, I'll be back at 8:30 with Sebastian Alvarez of Shot Culture. He is the photographer for Perform that's been following around Tua Tagovailoa and all our Dolphin players while they've been working out all offseason. So we'll dig into that with him. Josh, your final thoughts, dude.
I'm with Martin. I really this has been a very nerve-wracking news cycle for the past week because the main thing everyone in his fan base wants is a team that's united under one banner to achieve goals. And when you just see Brian Flores from face value, just, how he projects himself and his persona, his demeanor and everything, he looks like a very genuine guy and everything. And that's, was very encouraging to see. But then when you hear, things through the grapevine about, that type of controllingness and, that type of personality, it is very concerning because that's how you create division within a team. I mean, if it starts up at the top, we're not just talking about teammates or players. We're talking about the coaches warring with, the general manager and the owner. So like that is concerning. And like we've said, the only way we can really remedy the situation if we win, but I mean, even at that, if you win, it's still going to be there and maybe even, magnify the situation worse than what it is. Because if he's acting like this before we got any real success, imagine what he would do if we get the championship. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's long-term sustainable for team cohesion and success. So I think he really needs to check himself, but I don't know, highly unlikely since he's a grown man, but I'll just leave it at that.
Pyro, your final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm pretty much agreement with what Josh and Martin said. Nobody's above criticism, especially somebody that you don't really know personally. You guys, if you guys know, what Reason knows or Klump knows about this team, Flores behind the scenes and stuff, trust me, you will not be praising them as much as you are doing now. And as always, man, shout outs to Baby, best DBZ villain.
Irving, your final thoughts, bro. All right, Crypto, your final thoughts.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I was going to say, from the top down, from top to bottom, the training wheels is pretty much off this season. Pretty much no excuses from Ross all the way down to the water boy. So, it's the news cycle, the crazy ins and outs of the news cycle and all the shenanigans that's going on with management, coaches, staff, and the players. So they pretty much got to get it in gear, and put everything behind them so we can try to win this division and make the playoffs. Then we could start with these Hall of Fame comparison and coaches and all this other stuff that are going line. So
I agree.
I pretty much think Tua is going to ball out. I don't want us to throw his career in the trash can, and then we really will have the Wes Welker effect where he goes to another team and become a perennial Pro Bowler and a
Hall of Famer,
and destroys us in every single week in and week out.
And we deserve
Wes Welker Part 2.
How many times has that happened?
Yeah, we don't need Wes Welker Part 2 happening to the Dolphins franchise. So
exactly, bro.
So I can't wait till the preseason starts and we can get it going.
Good take.
Yep.
All right, Cash, your final thoughts.
Yeah, I definitely want to piggyback off of what he said. This is the year. We broke everything down to the studs. We started from scratch. We pretty much did what was unprecedented, when it comes to national football. No team has ever broken it down to the bare fucking bones and started over. So where we are, and for the moves and some of the things that we've done so far, I'm definitely excited to see what we have for this year. I'm not going to go negative. I'm going to focus on the excitement, you know what I mean, that I have for the Dolphins, which really hasn't been much. You know what I mean? Year after year after year, we pretty much never talk about the Dolphins in the off season unless we spend some dumbass money on Ndamukong Suh. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So I really like the excitement. I like the buzz. I like that we have these news threads. I like that my guys freaking out all week because we're hearing stories about the Dolphins. That's new. It hasn't been like that, you know what I mean? Unless we're hearing some crazy shit, people snorting coke and bullying motherfuckers in the locker room. You know what I mean? So focus on the excitement. Tua's going to be great. Flores is the shit. Ross is the best owner in the motherfucking NFL, and that's that.
Let's go.
Let's
Alrighty.
go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
Damn,
Let's go.
Irving, your final thoughts.
Oh, my final thoughts? No, I was just saying, yeah, I agreed with everything that Josh said and Martin said and the fellow to my right. Is that a crypto? Oh, Cash. Yeah. Y'all made some great points. Regarding Flores, bro, Flores needs to stop being so damn selfish, man, and put his own, prejudices and his own, own agenda on the side and do his ego, and just do his fucking job and just develop this quarterback, man. Just groom him so that he could reach his maximum potential, bro. Because if this quarterback hits his ceiling, bro, that's gonna produce winning results, man. Eventually, get
deep in the playoffs,
we all want, and deep in the playoffs, right? Consistently too. So
let's say it's playoffs just for now.
Yo, let him finish. I got to get out of here, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
All right,
up, bro.
All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night with Jeremy Klump, 8:30. And then on Wednesday, I'll be back 8:30 with Sebastian Alvarez of Shaw Culture, the official photographer for Perform Sports. Up until then, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up all day, every day, baby.
All right, peace, guys.
Hit that like button.